What's up, Dub Nation? Cholo. Uh-oh. Cholo's going to watch the game? Just kidding. We'll be fine. Oh, that was close, even though today I was pretty much on time with everything except setting up the live referees for tonight as we dangerously approach tip-off. David Guthrie, he's meh. Nick Buchert is meh. Robert Hussey, okay. So, not too good, but don't get teed up, Dray. David Guthrie, mid. Nick Buchert, mid. Look at Kevin Cutler and Tyler Ford are doing a back-to-back. Wow. You made refs go back-to-back? You have like 90 refs. What the hell? Adam? I feel bad for Denver at Sacramento, man. Although Kevin Cutler is a good one. I bet you Adam doesn't even know this. Adam's league. I notice these things because I'm a stickler for it. I used to have to staff refs for like 50 games or 60 games across the Bay Area every Sunday. Musa Dogger. Oh, no. Musa's over in Sac. Good luck. Robert Hussey, I actually think is all right. Robert Hussey. Okay. I'm literally the only NBA analyst that would care about this stuff. Tyler Ford and Kevin Cutler reffing on a back-to-back. They shouldn't. You got enough refs across the league. Wow. Pull up. What day is today? Wednesday? Somebody told me actually a ex-49ers cheerleader. Nah, I'm kidding. She goes, oh, today's 49er day. I'm like, what? 4-9. Oh, all right. All right. Okay. She admitted she had to stretch it a little to make every day relevant to the Niners. But anyways, what we got? I'll watch the game live. Yikes. Here's my response. But I'm just kidding. Basketball gods won't do that to you. Getting the Timu refs. Oh, man, I know. Malik Monk also out for the Kings. Might not come back, by play-in or playoffs. Start. Per Shams. Go look it up. Shams reported it. Bruce is in the house. Mavs are disappointing. Let's see. Let's look at their score. Oh, no. They lost by 25. No, 15. Sorry, I can't add. They lost by a respectable 15. How did Clay do? Let's see. Luka went ballistic, didn't he? 45 points. Oh. And Clay had 6 points. Najee Marshall led the team with 23. Man, that's tough. Who played point guard? Najee? Wow. Point guard, Najee Marshall. Let's go back to our game. I heard Nico Harrison was at the game. You better have brought the SWAT team for that one. Oh, damn, Bruce. That's tough. Share my referral link. How do I do that? Oh. New to streaming. Nah. Maz was right there, and then they let go of the rope. Okay, getting ready for tip-off. I got to get all my chips and salsa ready for later, and I was starving, so I had to hurry up and get a taco right before I hopped on. Yikes. Yikes, Bruce. That's all I got to say. Hey, Chris Paul. What's up, homie? Don't go crazy on us tonight. Now, you stay old. Please. All right, Steph, we're going to go with the same starting lineup, I believe. Quinten Post is out, so FYI. So is Gary. Gary and Quinten out again with same issues. Knee swole and illness. Oh my, wow, Bruce. Am I showing the video? No, I'm not. Someone please go on Twitch and help the brother out with the link. Stream link. Not my link. Draymond won another tip. How does he do it? Teach everybody else on the team, please. And it was against Steph is fouled, amazingly. Wow, first play of the game, Steph got a foul call. What? Hey, we might be all right. Uh-oh, knock on wood. Anything I say, cannon will be used against me by the basketball gods. Oh, ball lost by Draymond, trickles into the backcourt. Got 7 seconds. Jimmy Butler, right corner, attacks. Oh, he took reverse layup. Took, what's his name again? Bismack Biyombo got the start. Wow. Bismack. The old propeller plane, Bismarck. No, just kidding. All right, their slow developing offense. Harrison over to Stephon. Corner three, no good. Tough grenade shot. Jimmy will post up Chris Paul. Easy step inside, kick it. Moody kicks it back to Jimmy from Draymond. Fakes a three on Chris Paul. Backs up, backs away. Finds Moses, got to shoot it. Missed it. Steph got the rebound as a long rebound to the elbow, as you would imagine. Draymond, Steph, Draymond. I mean, Steph, Draymond, Steph. My fault. And Steph has a little runner. Draymond's so good at that, man. Steph to Dray to Steph. Jumper. Steph wearing the funny-looking Curry brands from a distance. They're funny-looking. And Vassell turns the ball over to Steph. Another steal. Moody back to Steph. Three ball. No good. Bismack rebound. Mitch Johnson says, go, go. But all the Warriors are back. Vassell, Moody. Ooh, Moody keeps it in front. Great defense, Moody. Oh, he's using his long arms now. He knows how to use his long arms now. Look at that great defense, and he doesn't end up with a foul. He literally goes right around him. Oh, he did. He encircled him. And Draymond steals it from Bismack. Wow. Great defense by Mo and Draymond. Podz trail three, no good. Stephon right side, Moody. Draymond meets him. Great defense again. Three ball Harrison, no good. Draymond, great tip to himself. His instincts for the ball are so good. Podz for 3. Oh, it bounces in. Yeah, Podz. He stays hot. 7-zip. We're skunking him. Right when I said that, Stephon missed, actually. Touchdown pass Jimmy from Draymond. Finally hit the mark. Podz and 1 against Vassell. Great balance. This kid, man. Early offense. Yeah. This is about as good as it can get. I guess Jimmy and all the team matched the shoe colors, huh? Podz got the yellow. Steph got the... Podz must have missed the free throw because we get back to action. And it's... Oh, wait a minute. 7-0? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That didn't count? I'm confused. Was that a charge? 7. Wait a minute. Guys, what happened? Tell me in the comments. Personal foul. Side out, and then Draymond turned it over? What the hell? That must have been a non-shooting foul. Wow. Anyways, Draymond hits a layup on the side inbound. That makes it 9-0. Timeout, Mitch Johnson. So the Podz getting hit. Oh, and Podz is talking to the ref. Wow, non-shooting foul. And then off camera, Dray turned it over. Horrible camera work yet again by the billion-dollar company. Golly. It's bad. It's just bad TV production. It's just bad. I'm sorry. Somebody fix that. Don't be mad at me. It's bad when I don't know what the hell happened in the game because you didn't show it. Anyways, timeout, 9-zip. That was a inbound sideline, and then Steph got it, did a little quick pass roll to Draymond, scored in the lane. Mitch Johnson said, "That's enough. We haven't scored yet." I know. Podz and 1, not a shoot. That was, first of all, it was an and 1. Oh, I got to find out which ref that was. Either Guthrie or it wasn't Hussey. Man, I got to go back. I'm the only one on the entire internet that cares about this stuff. Yeah, he immediately said no. It's either Guthrie or who's the other one? Nick Buchert. Dang. I think it's Nick Buchert. He's mid anyways. Both Guthrie and Buchert are mid. Horrendous. Of course, anytime we foul, it's an and 1 for the other team. Thanks, Zizap. Energy. Energy. Yeah, Cello, that's the best one so far, man. Because Gbound you can only use for boards. This one, you have found the, what do you call this? Evergreen description of Santos. Is he in there? Nope, we kept with the same starters. There's still over 8 minutes left, so too early to sub the first rotation. Jimmy gets a deflection out of bounds. CP goes, my bad. I love it when the other team admits to underestimating the Warriors. Yep. Who knows about GP2, man? Who knows? All right. Stephon Castle, desperation, missed it. Bismack saved it, couldn't save it, out of bounds. Wow, their offense is atrocious, but then again, our defense is pretty darn good. Steph gets the step, jumper over Harrison. Right side, Chris Paul, Podz, Draymond pinches, out to Vassell, 3-ball tough shot, good, over Moody. Kind of an ugly release, but it swished, so who cares? Jimmy looking for Steph, cut, over to Draymond. Jimmy with the pass reception, throws it to Vassell out of bounds. Almost had a tic-tac-toe to Moody in the corner, but not quite. 11-3 Warriors baseline. We got some subs. Jimmy and Podz out. Buddy and Jonathan in. Oh, Dray tried to lob to Jimmy. That ended up being a turnover. Man. Moody turnover. Dribbled it against Chris Paul off his foot. So, a couple mental mistakes. And it'll be up top, Vassell, Buddy. Switch to JK. JK wearing the blue? Man, he didn't get the memo on the yellow shoes. Neither did Buddy. Missed it, but Buddy's absolved because those are Bahamas colors. Anyways, Moody up top on the trail. Missed it. I wanted Harrison to pay for not guarding Moody like a glove. CP, shoulder straps and everything. Jumper baseline good over Draymond. You know, one of those, we really need a bucket right here, and he got it. 11-5 Warriors. Moody catch and shoot. No hesitation. Missed it. Chris Paul rebound. Outlet Stephon. Everybody get ready. Draymond picks him up, so I'm not as concerned. But they find HB wide open for three. It's like a 8-2 run by San Antonio. What happened on that one? Who forgot? Buddy? Was it Buddy? Man, I don't know. Somebody lost somebody. Oh, we come right back. 3-ball. I think Steph up top. I'm not sure. Let me rewatch. Oh, it was Buddy catch and shoot from the corner via Draymond. 14-8 breaks a drought. Bismack, air balls. That's why people want a big man. You sure? Get somebody like Bismack. And Steph hits a 3 via Draymond. Steph gets a steal. Buddy for 3, no good. Moses crashes in. Missed the putback. Draymond tries to tie up biyombo. No foul, luckily. And because if they called a foul, and Draymond would have yelled at him. Speaking of which, Stephon Castle jumper 2-ball over Draymond. Draymond for 3 on the catch. Well, all right. Of course, they're going to leave him open. It's every team's only real main strategy against the Warriors, to leave Draymond, obviously. Buddy Hield blocking foul against, I think, Stephon. Good job by JK on the assist to Draymond. 20-10, by the way. 3-ball brick by Mamu. Buddy Hield brings it up. Oh, crosses over, goes down the lane, misses a layup. Oh, well. You knew he had to really change speeds, and Stephon goes 94 feet. For Buddy to kind of like have the right contortion there, probably wasn't happening, Not the most athletic guy. Sometimes he can be a dart with no way of stopping himself or changing direction. JK, late shot clock, going to go one-on-one. Nope, kick it to Gee, opposite side, way off. You could see it tail to the right on the TV. Stephon, Steph, and then switch to Gee. Stephon, Gee, elbow. Come on, Gee, you got to stop this. Shorter than you. Kick it to Vassell. 3-ball over JK, short. Good closeout, JK. And it'll be Steph up top. Screen Looney. Looney roll at the nail. Alley-oop, JK, tic-tac-toe. (22-12) Warriors. 3 minutes. Stephon and JK right side. One-on-one. Attacks him. Pushes him. Gets for the call and one. Man, Stephon. Good job of just, buckling up and creating contact with a bigger player and somehow getting the ball to go in plus the foul. Amazing. That's why he's probably going to be Rookie of the Year. And we got a timeout. So Steve doing let me mess up his rhythm with the timeout. Let's see if it works. 22-14. Evangeline in the house. Where can we watch? Well, I don't know. There's you got to find a illegal stream on the internet somewhere. Tack inside. JK, Pinky in the house. Speedy, exactly. And what else is going on? I don't know. Let's check. Should I go back to the Buddy play? HB triple by HB at 6:20 mark, which made it 14-8 or something like that. Yeah, Buddy didn't know who was guarding. Let's clip this. It's always been an issue with Buddy on. I don't know if it's totally his fault or not. Let's see. Yeah, he's not picking up anybody. Just didn't recognize. So that's NBA transition defense in a nutshell. Let me send that over to you guys. We're still on commercial break, so I'll try to hurry up. 24-15 mark. Here we go. So here's the transition defense. Watch Buddy and Steph. They're going to get confused here. Here's Stephon. Steph wants to cover this guy. Who does Buddy have? He has nobody. So now he's doubling Stephon for no reason. And Moses has to come up, leaving Harrison wide open. So you're covering two guys here, your containment. And this side, Moody has to cover two guys. That's not good transition defense. You have to, do the math as you're running down the floor. Like here, you've got to do the math and figure out that there's 4 of them and 3 over here. That means I need to get, and if Draymond's picking him up, then I need to go get the extra guy. And so that's Buddy Hield's weakness. What are you going to do? All right, they missed the free throw, so it worked. How does he do it? Man. Steve's timeout at a free throw works. And Jimmy attacks, gets a foul. Jimmy hits a free throw. Smelly mouths. Stephon Castle, bro. Come on now. I don't call Steph Stephon. Nobody does. Come on now. Anyways. Oh, Champagne 3-ball over JK in the corner. Megatron. All right. Hand off Looney to Buddy. Post up Looney. Looney, Mamu, post up. Looking for Podz on the slip cut. Kick it to Jimmy. Wide open for 3. Got it. The minimal effort 3. You know how slow he is when he does that? It's crazy. Brandon rebound and throws the ball away. God, what are you doing Steph stuff for? And Keldon Johnson into the paint scores on a finger roll. Up by 8 we are. JK left in the corner by HB to shoot it, and he hits it. I still prefer him not to do that. You know, you got to attack the rim a couple times, but I'm being picky, really picky. And Looney knocks it away from Keldon on the drive off of Keldon. Keldon wants review. All right, JK to the nail, back out to BP, attacks down low now against HB. He's stuck and he's fouled. Somehow he drew a poke in the eye because that guy always keeps his pivot foot. Good job by Brandon to keep his pivot foot. No argument from HB, but you're never really going to get an argument from him. So Brandon getting hit in the face again, but looks like he's all right. Kaleno's like, he's going to have to go back to the mask. Probably not that serious. Jimmy over to Buddy on the curl from Looney. Looney, tic-tac-toe. JK, another put in. It's not even a dunk. He just rises so high that he puts the ball in. So good job by Buddy and Looney. $32-19. So far, so good. Semi walk in the park. So all's good. Keldon Johnson turns the corner, dunks it. Come on, BP. Turns you so easy. Gotta replay that. Yep, just turned him. BP wants to come back and turn him, but he's not as athletic, and the layup was ugly. And Looney has to foul Keldon Johnson as it was 5-on-4. BP fell down after the layup miss. So I think even if you put, I don't want to nitpick Podz too much, but even if you put Manu Ginobili into the modern game, I think he would make similar mistakes just because it's so much faster. Totally different than, Tim Duncan out there, his internal gravity. But he healed with a lane violation that doesn't need to be called because they made the free throw. Oh, man. Jimmy left side. Over to Looney. Hand off to Steph. Ooh, that looked like some new action. Steph, 3-ball corner at the buzzer. No good over HB. Made a nifty move and told everybody that they stood around and watched, which they kind of did. Oh, well, 32-23 Warriors. End of one. Can't really complain about that performance. For the most part, it was good. 3 turnovers, 3 fouls. Kind of doable. You want it to even out a little bit at some point. I guess 3 fouls is always good. 2 or 3 fouls per quarter. No more than 3 turnovers, preferably 2 per quarter. So far, so good. What else is going on? Let's see. Yep. It's absolutely true. The Megatron reference. Pajemski dropped 16. Is this a betting question? Perhaps it's a betting question. Yeah. Also the body type, in real life, they're about the same, body, same height and weight. Although Jimmy looks smaller because everyone's 6'8". He's 6'7" out there. So yeah, that's the reasoning for also the fact that you can throw the ball up there. I called him Megatron the first time I saw that, and then it ended up that's his nickname. Okay. What else is going on? Maybe we should check. All right, let's check Discord. Ooh, I got some gear that's 30% off. That's pretty neat. Macklin Celebrini hat trick. Yeah, it's not a whole lot. Brick by Mamu over Draymond. Excusez-moi. Stop screen. Share screen. Up. Bucket inside by David Wesley. Blake Wesley, not David Wesley. Oh, gosh, I wonder if they're related. Anyways, Blake Wesley. Draymond over to Moody. Back to Draymond corner against Mamu. Gee cuts. Brandon's open. Weak side. Gets it. Top of the circle. Double step back. Short. I think it was a long 2. Up by only 7. Keldon back up top. Harrison attacks Gee. Gee stays in front. Great defense, but it's still a foul. What? Come on. Gee feels the same way. Wow. Is it because he's, a young new player? And this time, Champagny gets past Guy, Mamu. No, Keldon Johnson gets it. Reload 3 by Harrison. Good. Only up 4. So that time, I think, yeah, Guy had trouble staying in front. So Guy's kind of hit or miss on the point of attack. $32.28 only. 5 straight unanswered to start. BP to Draymond up top. Over to Moody. Corner, Jimmy and HB isolated. Goes baseline. Doesn't really get the double. BP stuck with CP, and BP hits CP with his shoulder. It's a charge. Just mindless. It's unnecessary to do that, especially against a veteran who knows how to react to that and draw a foul. Blake Wesley again, man. Beat Guy there. Let me see the replay. Yep, beat him again. Got a head start, and this time 3-ball Moody, I believe. I think he was up top. All Draymond, all created by BP's attack. So BP is absolved. Mamu attacks, scores. What? All right, Jimmy isolated with Wesley draws a foul. Picking up those cheap fouls, does Jimmy. He's a foul hunter. We finally got one on our squad. All right, right side Jimmy. And find Guy in the corner. Air ball, Draymond. Too late. CP up top over to Mamu. Right side Draymond. Jimmy's all over Keldon, so good job there. And I go to switch around. CP on Draymond. Harrison on BP. Hand grenade coming. Harrison fakes out BP. Got a 3-ball to fall. How does he do it? HB. I knew there was something up when I put him in the. I knew he'd have a good game because last game he didn't really, make a spark, and then, you figure he's gonna at some point. BP trying to draw a foul, misses it. Outlet. Harrison to Keldon, missed it, smoked the layup. And there was, Jimmy had to guess which way it was going, so good guess. Out to Moody. Moody up top, CP, screened by Jimmy. Moody and HB. Jimmy posts up, picked up by Keldon. Pushed by Keldon, another foul. 3 team fouls already. Megatrons. All right, up top, Steph is back in the game. Castle guards him. Now it's doubled by Mamu, finds Draymond, finds Jonathan, wide open for 3, missed it. Settling again. That's my instruction for him would be No threes to start. CP hits a 3 over Draymond. Good shot. Now JK gets the attack. Kick it to Draymond. So open. Missed it. Tipped out. Wesley finds CP. Back to Wesley. And JK almost got to Mamu's pass and just not quite. And then Mamu gets a foul on Draymond. So JK had to guard both HB and Mamu there. Oh, well. Looking through the play-by-play, what happened there, I think, was a couple turnovers. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I think Guy didn't have some good minutes there. He got beat on the point of attack like 2 or 3 times, although he did have one good one. And Blake Wesley came in and just was Harrison hit a 3. So Blake Wesley being the Energizer Bunny out there. Tic-tac-toe, Buddy Hield for 3. Brick. Trayce Jackson-Davis. Back out to Moody to Steph. 3 ball, no good. And Trayce got another one as HB couldn't handle it. Reload opportunity for Steph. Didn't take it. Doubled. Over to Buddy. Fakes a 3. Shoots a 2. Short. Golly. What are we doing, guys? That was weird. Mamu attacks. Kuminga scores 1-on-1. Moody for 3. Clank. This is where the chat goes. Can we shoot some 2s? Oh, it's 5-on-4. Mamu open 3. Steph late getting back. Hope he's all right. He's running around a little gingerly, honestly. Seems like not a leg issue, though. He gets the ball. Kick it. What the hell was that? There's a foul? What? What was that call? I still don't know what that call was. Steph was in motion, got into the lane, and there's a call? Was it a bad screen? Yeah. What? Let me rewind. You're kidding me. It was all fluid motion. Really? Oh, he pushed him. Why does he do that? Ugh. It's just so annoying. Whenever Trayce Jackson-Davis gets a screen foul, let me clip it for you guys. I should have clipped it. Take a guess what happened. What does he do every single time? Without fail. He can't help it. He pushes a guy. He uses his hands. It's just mindless. You have one job. Although the other job he's been doing well is getting the offensive rebounds. So can't blame him for that one. But, man. There's absolutely no need to use your hands when you are a screener. So here we go. Right here, watch Trayce. He'll set a pick on Wesley. No, on Stephon. He'll set a pick on Stephon because that's our offense with the split action. And here comes Steph. And let's slow it down. Playback speed half. pushes him. Absolutely no need to do that. There's like zero reason to do that. Mind-boggling. Well, I've noticed that the more I clip, the worse we play. So let's hope that that's one of the last ones I clip. And Castle draws a foul on Trayce. Oh, man. Going in on the pick and roll. Got the switch. Kept the hand on his left hand. He's so handsy. I don't understand why. But, oh well. He hasn't played in a while. I'll give him that break. Just call it both ways, as Steve is explaining to David Guthrie. Castle missed a free throw, so ball don't lie. That was not a playoff foul type foul. So it's getting negative in the comments a bit. Try to root for your team. JK inverted screen. Steph stripped away. Oh man. JK's mad that there wasn't a call, but I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it, see what happened. In fact, I'm going to rewatch it on the laptop. Yeah, I don't know. If Stephon got it cleanly, then I don't know. Manu missed it, and Steph can't hold on. JK doing his best to rebound. So Steph had to guard HB in the post right before that. Castle with the Euro. Short. Manu put back. Nope. Good job by Trayce for the rebound. Out to Steph, left side, Harrison. Kick it to Moody. Open over CP. Hits a three. You better make that, because there would have been carnage in the comments. Up by 5. No, down by 5. What? Down by 5. My fault. That's crazy how we're down by 5. So we were down by 8. I didn't even notice. Steph, reverse layup, good. And 1. Called it on Castle. Thank you. Guthrie comes through with the call. So that was just a horrendous pass by, I think, Chris Paul. Let's see. Oh, no, it was a Mamu offensive rebound tip out. Mitch Johnson's going to challenge the call. Well, he made the bucket at least, so that's good. So I think he landed on his tailbone type deal. So it should hold up 40 to 43, 4:41 to go. Spurs are up. Let me see what happened and see if I can diagnose the issue. Castle tried to get out of the way. So I don't know. Tough to tell from the TV angle. Steph landed on his tailbone earlier. He was he was didn't look 100% ever since I forget when. I don't know. Well, you're gonna have you're banging down low with Harrison Barnes. That's not the easiest thing to do, and doesn't look 100%. Yeah, I think it was a spate of turnovers, and I think it was Guy not staying in front and BP turning the ball over. That's what I think it was. But I can go back to the play-by-play later. But that can change things pretty quickly, and just weird stuff. Gonna have to look at the play-by-play later. So looks like we won the challenge because Steph's at the line. All right, CP up top, Steph. Over to Vassell. Look at Jimmy go up for 2 contests. That's great. BP early 3, short. BP's not playing that well tonight. They work it around. CP right hash mark. Stephon sets a pick that was probably illegal. That's another one. CP over Draymond for 3. I mean, he just hit one on you. So, I don't know. Hit one more, then I got to blame somebody for that. Draymond, but it's all good. Over to Steph, wheeling around the court. That righty lay, no good against the outstretched of CP3. 5-on-4, Keldon bobbles it, gets it to Julian, and it's a dunk put back by Castle and 1 on Draymond. Draymond's pointing at Devin Vassell as the foul. Did it go in? I think so. 48-41. We're watching the replay. You know what? That's a pretty damn good play by Stephon Castle. I think it should be an and 1, but we'll see. They might wipe it out because of a goaltending. 46-41. And Steve is immediately talking to Robert Hussey about how you're calling fouls for them, and you haven't called those same fouls for us. But let me check the foul count. 9 on us and 8 on them. So technically it's been pretty even. Stephon, bottom lie, I guess. I thought he was legitimately fouled by Draymond, though. So misses another free throw, though. So hanging in there we are down by 5. And bucket good. Technical on Steve, or? What just happened? The hell did he say? Tech on Steve. I'm trying to look for Steve on the screen. Like, what did he say? What? David Guthrie, our new enemy number one. Oh, I wish I could see someone lip read. I don't know. That's the problem with these refs. Steph with the bad shot, missed it. I mean, he makes most of those. Chris Paul corner. Tries to fake out Steph. Didn't happen. Gets the ball back. Excuse me. Kick spray to Vassell. Missed the three. BP on the outlet. Buddy healed. Fakes the three. Fly by. Three ball. No good. Jimmy. Rebound. He's inside against Keldon. Goes up. Should be a foul. No call. Thank you. Robert Hussey called it late. And we're in the bonus. 2:40 to go in the second quarter. Jimmy hits it. All right. Stephon Castle all the way. Yeah, just beat Buddy off the dribble. He's a tough cover, though. They're running sets to get Draymond away from the help, and it's smart. Buddy Hield comes back with a three. Good job by Buddy to finally wake up and hit some. Down by 4. CP and Buddy. Draymond's there to help. CP pull up three. Good. Oh, great. We got the old CP playing tonight. Draymond can't believe it either. It was good defense by Buddy as well. Hesitation three by Buddy. It's a splash. How did he hit that one? Those are not supposed to go in, but it did. Good job by Buddy, even though he's started the game with a couple bricks. Castle got the switch again. Buddy. Castle and Buddy. Carries the ball 2 times, 3 times. Kick it. Keldon Johnson left wide open by Draymond. Bricked it. Short close. Draymond brings it up. Chris Paul trying to foul him or something, and he almost got it away, but Jimmy picks it up for a layup. We cut it to 2. And there's under a minute left. CP and Brandon. Screened by JC. And they're picking on Buddy. CP and Buddy again. We've got 14 fouls, so can't foul. Out to Stephon for 3. Missed it. Long rebound of CP. 36 seconds. Fakes a 3. Drives on BP. Kick it to Vassell. Ugly looking release. Misses. Draymond box out. Great box out. Steph looks at the clock. 24 seconds with 21 on shot clock. And he'll wind it down. 3-second differential. They blitz him. Draymond's wide open. Kicks it back out to Buddy. What a pass. Misses a 3. Vassell out rebounds Jimmy. Better get back. 2-on-1. Keldon upstairs. Castle dunk. Highlight reel. Down by 4. Draymond's going to have to shoot it from half court. He does. It's way off. So, man, what just happened? Kick it to Buddy, and Buddy missed a 3. I mean, that's a 5-point play. What are you going to do? And by the way, Steph's only got 9 attempts. Yeah, just the bounce of the ball. We're going to take a 4-point deficit into halftime. We're good. It's just, I mean, it's a back-to-back number one. And yeah, we can peruse the play-by-play to see what happened there when we started turning the ball over. I thought Guy wasn't staying in front of guys and all of that, but that was, in my estimation. Also, I got to do marketing. I haven't tweeted out the link, so I got to do that. But what was the last highlight that I did? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's just hard to stay in front of either Wesley. We're losing Wesley. That's the problem. Wesley killed us when he came in. That was the start of the second quarter. Wesley driving layup, 35-30, 35-32. Draymond hit that 3. Manu comes right back. HB hits a 3 after Guy missed a 3. But Brandon subbed out by then. Sub in Curry and Kuminga. CP. Steph is in there. 6:41. Yeah, JK settled for a 3. Steph settled for a 3. Or actually, he didn't shoot. He had it, could have reloaded it, decided not to. And then that ended up with Buddy missing an open 2-pointer. Trayce did the bad foul. Yeah, you're down 7 and you do a bad screen. And then he fouled Stephon. Kuminga drives in, gets it stolen. Wesley goes the other way. But nothing happened there. We still got a 3 out of it. So 43-35. That's really the difference right there. So it is these little things that you just have to master. Just these little mistakes. And I can't really blame any of the veterans, honestly. So let me screenshot this so I can show the world what I'm doing here. 40, 41, 38. Right about here. Yeah. All right. Screenshot that and do some marketing. Meanwhile, I want you guys to enjoy the latest video. I'm going to start it with the Udoka dancing AI bit. This is why Steve has problems trusting certain guys like JK and Trayce sometimes in a microcosm. But anyways, let's play Udoka Getting Really Happy, which is AI generated, but I found it somewhere, so it's kind of funny. Hilarious. Anyways, enjoy that. Enjoy the rest of this while I go do some marking. That was funny because at the beginning there was that little guy. Oops. Shit. Fucked it up. Forgot to send my screenshots over. 720.
My boy from Brazil over here.
Check out this 4,000 caricature. That's pretty cool.
Legend.
Curry.
That's left leg.
Okay, catching up on the comments. Let's see. Uh-oh, what did Boomer do? Rockets down by 3, and they are throwing the game. Oh, they're down by 4 now. Yeah. I'm 99.9% sure that they've got the number 2 seed locked up, so there's no reason to play anybody for the rest of the season, honestly. You let the young guys bail us out of this one? Heck no. No, I want them. No, I'm going to stick with my vets. Ben Conan. Well said, Dean. Anyways, yeah. So Guy didn't play well. BP didn't play well. Trayce didn't play well. So, I mean, actually, Trayce probably played okay. It's just the one glaring mistake. You cannot foul on a screen. You can't push a guy on a screen. You do that, you ruin our chances of Steph going down the lane, that kind of thing. So it's just brain farts. And youngsters aren't bringing it tonight. Usually it's the vets throwing the ball to the other team. And this time it's not. So anyways, Yeah, I guess I played this whole video without it being on the screen. But yeah, we're back to action though. So let's put this on pause. Stephon Castle brings up the ball. And Moody missed shots, 1 for 5, right? So it is what it is. He makes one of those, we'd be down by 1. Draymond knocks it away from Vassell, out of bounds on Draymond. HB up top. Hand grenade time. Step back over Moses. Short. Good thing he missed. BP rebound, gets it to Steph. Down by 4. Here we go. Screen by Jimmy. Nope, goes away. Tic-tac-toe. Megatron to Jimmy. Foul called on Bismack. And Bismack only 1 foul. I'd almost prefer that they stick with Bismack the whole way, but they won't. They're going to end up with Harrison at the 5 probably. So be small versus small. But that's a design, that's an ATO right there, interestingly enough. So Dray knocked the ball away. That was great. And cut it to 2. Up, reaching on Draymond, a little too much arm. Stephon did it just enough to cause a whistle by Guthrie again. Draymond will complain. That's his 3rd foul, by the way. And that was called by Guthrie on the baseline. So anyways, mid ref. Stephon crosses over on Moody, gets it to Bismack. Jump hook, no good. Moody did what he could. I mean, had he made that, then I probably would have blamed Moody for bad point of attack. But Steph drives in on 3 guys and knocked away by Bismack. Dangerous, dangerous. But he's trying to make something happen. Grabs his left elbow for a second. Hope that's nothing. Draymond at the pinch post with HB. Finds Jimmy in the post. Castle. Clear out. Jimmy post up. Oh, Moody snuck behind Harrison. Oh, and Bismack. Good job by Mo. So we're doing the Jimmy offense. 55 apiece. Harrison. Draymond doubles. Mo reaches in. It's a foul on Mo. Just a little too much wrist. They've been calling that all night, though. I don't know if it's been even or not, though, but I know they've been calling that on us. HB was mad at Bismack on that one. Anyways, on that replay. Handoff to Vassell up top. Post up Chris Paul Steph. Here we go. Right side, Draymond shows. Go to Bismack. Jimmy's there. Throws it to Moody. Good help by Jimmy. And we work it around to Moses. Down the lane. Dunks it. Posterizes Harrison. Timeout. Mitch Johnson. 57-55 Warriors. Moody nods. All Bismack's fault. They got to get Bismack out of there. Bismack is compost, man. He's not good. So everybody wanting a big man, that's probably the type of big man that we would have to get at his market value. At the time, everyone was screaming for him, a big man. And how much was he making? I mean, that was, oh man, that was horrible defense, right? Dray set a pick with CP. Anyways, we take the lead. It's a timeout. Q3, and I'll look at the time in a second. It's about, what, 10:07 or something? Bismack biyombo. Veterans minimum. I knew it, right? So for all the people that wanted a big man, this is what you get at veterans minimum. This type of horrendous help defense, slow-footed. But what Mike Dunleavy has done, he turned that, archetype of a Vetman 5 to Quinten post. Before that, Bob Myers and Steve turned that into Looney. Okay? So everybody that wants to say, oh, we need a big man, we need a big man. Anytime we lose to a team that has a big man. This guy, biyombo, that's pretty much what you're going to get out on the open market. So you have to be a little bit innovative if you've got, previously we had Wiggins contract, Steph, Draymond tied up. That's over 100 million. Now you got Jimmy. Now it's 125 million. When you got that tied up, you have to come up with innovative ways to fill out your roster. It's not going to be your garden variety Bismack Biyombo veteran minimum 5. Thank goodness, because we don't want this. He just gave us 2 buckets. He threw the ball to Moses. I'll bet you he got subbed out. Let's see. Castle. Nope, they kept in the same 5. Just the pep talk. Vassell for a crazy 3. The release works, man. Wow. Dang. Which release is better, his or like Damian Lee? They like to put it out here, and I'm sitting here going, if I was 6'8", I'd block that every time. God didn't bless me with the 6'8" body. Here I am talking to you guys, but if they did, I'd be blocking Vassell's shot, man. And Damian Lee's. They put it right out here. Come on now. Come on now. Go back to the gym and get it now. I hate to throw people under the bus. Nah. But no, he made that. And Damian makes 3s too. They got their own way of hitting shots. It could be as ugly as Reggie Miller's, Larry Bird behind the head. Goes in, it goes in. Steph for 3. On the curl. Oh, we said like a double pick? No, Jimmy. We got Jimmy setting picks now. Yeah, we said, I don't know about Trayce Jackson. No, Trayce isn't even in the rotation at this moment in time, so can't be throwing him under the bus. CP3 with the slow evolving offense misses a 3. Good job, Moses. He clanked it. Steph pulls up for 3. Uh-oh. Light the fire. And Draymond. Oh, good job on defense. Devin Vassell turnover. 63-58 Warriors. Steph's moving around gingerly, right? Let's do a poll. I forgot to do a poll on high vibration. Maybe that's why you guys are low. Is Steph's tailbone bothering him? Oh, the slow. Oh, BP did the slow move again. I'm going to have to write an article on that. Slow 1-foot finish. He did it again. And he celebrated. 3-ball Vassell. Man, how does that go in? 7-point lead becomes 4. Right side Jimmy. Clear it out for him. Vassell. And attacks baseline. Moses goes to Draymond. Smokes a layup. But Moses was pushed in the back, or is it going to be Is it going to be... Draymond got fouled. He's at the line, hits a free throw. So I'm looking forward to misses the second one. Up top, Mamu, no good. Steph tip, goes right back to Mamu. Reload for Vassell, missed it. Leap by Jimmy, Vassell got it. Got it to Stephon. Castle in the lane, kick it. Chris Paul, no hesitation, missed it. Jimmy was there. Good job, Jimbo. Good close. CP has to foul Jimmy down low. Good pass by Steph. Four team fouls. We are in good control of that so far. Side inbound coming up. Steph, hash mark. Here comes the screen from Draymond. Screen. He's got Mamu. Splits him. Sidestep 2-ball. Got it. And Stephon drives and Draymond disrupts. Good job, Dray. And it's a touchdown pass, and it's a late foul call by Robert Hussey. Steph again goes Megatron. Had the step on Chris Paul. Had to call the foul. It was a late call by Hussey. So he'll go to the line. We're in the bonus. Oh, spirited discussion between the hell's his name again? That ref is not Guthrie, but the other guy. Nick Buchert. No, that is Guthrie. No, wait. Shit. Can't remember. Number 3. So that is Buchert. Okay, that's Buchert, and Guthrie is the other dude. Got it. Guthrie is the one I don't really like that much. Buchert is very near Guthrie, but still above him a little bit. And Hussey's better than both of them, but he's the younger ref. Anyway. All right. We're up by 9 on the free throws. Way to hit them. Have we missed a free throw? I think Draymond missed one. Nice. 9 for 10, 10 for 11. Keldon for 3. Oh, good. Over Jimmy. And Jimmy was exasperated by that. But, you know, these guys are NBA players. Steph's going to pull up for 3. No good. Nope. Here they come. Jimmy hustles back. Vassell over to JC, over to Keldon for 3 over Moody. Missed it. Buddy rebound. Good job, buddy. Finds Jimmy. Left side. Shoot the ball, Jimmy. No, just kidding. Oh, bad pass. Trying to go to Steph in the post for some reason. 2-on-1. Castle scores. Wow, Jimmy. There's an example where Steve goes on the podium. Jimmy never makes a mistake. Actually, he does. All kinds of people were there on that one. So only up by 4. Jimmy, 1-on-1, finds Draymond. Nearly smoked the layup, but it went in. So we're playing the slow roll Jimmy game. Stephon gets by Moody, kick it to Mamu, no good. Rebound Jimmy, he's on the break. Buddy follows him. Buddy goes back to Jimmy, fake, back out to Steph. 3-ball, good. That's vintage Warriors basketball. Run the break and find Steph on the trail. It used to be Steph and Clay. That's how deadly we used to be with Sean Livingston and Andre out there and whoever else, man. Steph trail 3 via Jimmy, via Buddy running the floor after a defensive rebound. Quite frankly, good job by Buddy. I think it was Buddy who initiated everything. Let me check. No, it was Jimmy with the leap. It was a Megatron rebound. 75-66, the 3-ball. Just a great leap. You feeling better, people? You feeling a little bit better? Yeah, vintage Warriors. I'm telling you, man. It used to be Klay Thompson and Steph. It's crazy. Vintage Warriors basketball that used to be Steph and Clay. Whoa. What's playing right now? Oh, this is still going. Oh, this is a great layup, by the way, by Steph. I have to go back to that later. And so it is Warriors 75-66, like that. Q3 513. Good timeout by Mitch Johnson. Can't let it get out of hand. Yeah. Never lost hope. Bruce. Oh man, Bruce, man. Wow. Bruce feels wronged. He got backstabbed by Clay, but I don't think that was the case. There's indications that Lacob and Steve just didn't have the same role that he would have with Dallas. Certainly wouldn't be starting, and he's still starting for Dallas. So, on that basis, it's not his fault they traded Luka, right? So per my sources, no way Clay was going to start. We know this. And he gets a starting job for Dallas plus $50 million divided by 3 years. Pretty good deal. I think he'll come back here with a buyout. Let's buy him out next season. 2 seasons from now. Mamu turns the corner. Buddy with the reach in. And he knows what he did wrong. He went like that. Yep, he already knows. Mamu is pretty good, man. He would flourish in the Warrior system, I think, because he can shoot the 3. All right, Guy Santos in again. You got to play better than last spurt. Same thing with JK, who sets a pick for Steph. Roll. Nobody's there. Kick it the other side to Buddy for 3. Catch and shoot from Looney. Give Looney an assist. JK is going to guard Castle. But it's Keldon left side. Post up Vassell, Guy. Come on, Guy. Make up for those. Pretty good defense. Pretty good offense. Man, Vassell's like Damian Lee on steroids, man. Seriously. He walks like him and he shoots like him. Guy down low with the slow release, and a la Brandon Pajemski gets a foul call. Took a lot of contact on that one, though. That's the risk you take, because you got to be ready to withstand the momentum that you just faked out. So good job by JK to pass the ball to an open guy right under the hoop. I've given credit for that. We're in the bonus for 4 minutes, 18 seconds. Gee misses a free throw. It's a lot to manage a team, man. You always want to make sure your veterans are good. And then you hope and pray the youngsters bring it. And I need the youngsters to show me that they can make up for the first half. And he missed both, but he got a rebound. Bounced right back to him. Finds Buddy for three, no good. Short. Champagny got the rebound outlet. Keldon right side. Don't get turned, JK. Screen by Wesley. JK reaches in. Foul on JK. Let me rewatch. Make sure you actually did it. Man, it's kind of a weak call. I thought it was clean, but shouldn't be reaching in anyways. Penny misses a three. Champagny. And Steph attacks, disrupted by Mamu. Got his own rebound, missed the push shot. Off on Guy. Dang, their ball. Man, I know we want to pair Podz with Jimmy. Oh, good steal by, I think, Looney. Got a hand on the Castle pass. So JK will get downhill. Find Buddy baseline. Guy back to Buddy. Good job, but then Guy stood there, and so did JK. JK now on the run. Loses the ball, but foul call. Stares at Robert Hussey for the late call. It's a good run through by JK. We'll shoot free throws because we're in bonus. Got to make free throws, though. $79-70 Warriors. Missed another one. 1 for 2. And we got the rebound, though. Buddy nearly ran past it. Finds Steph for three. Good, as he did a flyby. We're up 82-70. 3 minutes. Wesley, he was a problem for us. Over to Mamu, over to Stephon. Trying to get around JK. Switch to Looney on the pick by Mamu. And there's a cut by Champagny. 3-ball by Keldon. Airball, Mamu. Shot clock violation. Hey, good defense, guys. We held up. Not bad, not bad. Steph will bring it up. Over to Buddy for three. Catch and shoot miss. Oh, Mamu can't handle it. And ball trickles to JK for a dunk. Thank you. 84-70. Right place, right time for JK. He'll back up on Castle. Screen JC. Goes through it. JC looking at it. And goes inside to Keldon. Over Looney. Jump hook good. Inbound to Steph. Steph hurries it up. He's got 2 people on him, gets to the nail, 2 people on him, finds JK through the hands of Looney. Looney says, my bad. Do they give the turnover to Looney or JK? Probably Looney. They still, nope, they gave it to JK. Man, really? Was that a turnover? Was that a bad pass or bad catch? Let me know what you think. Three ball Champagny, long rebound, back to Mamu, back to Champagny, foul by Brandon. He'll go to the line. Steph subbed out, by the way. Pretty sure Jimmy came in, right? Want one of them in the floor at all times. Yeah, Jimmy's in. Oh, it was, what happened? We got the ball somehow. Let me see. Podz gets in the lane and scores. Oh, Champagny, it wasn't a foul on Podz. It was now it is. Crazy. So Champagny stepped on the line. Steph subbed out. Then what happened? So we got a foul on Pajemski. Then Jimmy attacked and found Podz. So a lot of offense generated by Jimmy. Oh, JK was late on the closeout. Let me see. Might not have been his fault. No communication again. We got a timeout. Let me show you. Second unit. Not playing well today. Little brain farts. That's JK's fault. You got slower Looney in there. You're the guy on the perimeter. You got to do the heavy lifting in terms of getting to the perimeter. You can't expect Looney to, switch out to a guard or a wing. Come on, JK. Oh, man. The OG coach inside of me just so frustrated by the little mistakes that JK makes here and there. But it's hard to do when you're not playing that many minutes and you don't really have a margin of error. So I'm frustrated, but I'm realistic at the same time. Let me show you. So way down here, so it's right now. So Wesley has the ball. He's going to kick it to Champagny. Right here, Looney and JK have got to know what's happening. And Looney says, no, you go out there. JK, you got to read that and know the situation that Looney's not going to run all the way out here. Okay? He's never going to make it in time. So you've got to get there. And because you're not there in time, you jab step again too far. Now, if your fundamentals were better, then you wouldn't jab step that anyways. But, oh, man. Let me screenshot that as we get back to action. JK, as I speak, gets a dunk. So that's cool. Via Jimmy again. It's all Jimmy. It's the Jimmy show tonight. He's doing a lot, doing a whole bunch of stuff. Harrison's going to draw a foul. So great job, Jimmy. So I need to screenshot this. Whoops. Analyzing the lack of defensive IQ by JK in this particular moment. Sorry, JK. Just need to screenshot that real quick. Obviously, it's been a struggle-ish game, so a lot of screenshots tonight. A lot of little clips for you guys. Buddy gets in the lane, shot clock violation. Missed everything on that one. Stuck at 88.76. 24.5 left. Sub in the defense. Moses for Podz for length. And Draymond probably for Looney. Nope, for Buddy. Looney's in there? Okay. Looney on Mamu. Gotcha. Draymond on the help. Look at Draymond. He's just helping. Then a flat 1-4 and Draymond's at the elbow. Interesting. Shaded to the right, but Wesley goes left, finds Champagne. It's a travel. Champagne has helped us out twice. Only 5 seconds left. I don't know what Mitch Johnson's complaining about. Steph against HB. Puts it up. Short. Good defense, HB, man. By the way, if you're thinking of HB ever becoming a Warrior again, he makes too much money. 18 million. He cashed it in, man. You got to give him credit for that. We've talked about that. Six seasons of 300 threes. Loon was not expecting that pass. Okay. His drives are quite linear. I don't know. I don't know that you can really change this. How do you change a linear guy to, I don't think that's possible on those. I think he's fine. Boy, what are you guys talking about here? Oh, Clay played himself. He overvalued his worth? No, he got paid. How can you be mad at that? You guys have funny comments, man. Yeah, Steph and Clay considered vintage. Anyways, Jimmy inside on HB. Good defense, HB. Out to Podz. Shoots it on 2 seconds on the clock, and Podz is slow getting up. 5 on 4, but Chris Paul's too slow. Nope, he found HB in the corner. 3 ball good. Why is JK's got to help that? Hold on. Oh, Jimmy. Oh, okay, Jimmy. Oh, man. Oh, that was good. Good offense by CP. JK for 3? Why? Jimmy knocks it out to Moses. Good thing. Man. What? And Jimmy finds Draymond and smokes a layup. Wesley again, forcing the action, gets a foul on Podz. We are not staying in front of Wesley. Oh, yeah. Podz got clipped by CP3, but inadvertent. Draymond steals CP on the one-on-one way out at half court. Finds Podz, fakes a 3, finds Jimmy. JK, jab step, in the lane, got it knocked away. He's getting everything knocked away these days. They got the scouting report on him. And JK will end up fouling Keldon Johnson inside. Oh, boy. So many turnovers for JK, man. Let's go look at the BK ref. It's not going to be pretty. I don't even want to look. Here we go. BK ref. Kuminga, last 5 games. Turnovers. 1, 2, 3, 2. Whew. What's his turnovers per game? 1.4. I guess it's not that bad. Feels like a lot lately. Anyways, Jimmy left side, Harrison. Screen Draymond, gets the nail, attacks Champagny. Strong bucket, good, and 1. This is the Jimmy game we've been all waiting for. Good screen by Dray. So it is now 90 to 81. 90 to 81. Draymond offensive rebound on the miss. Over to Moody. Over to JK. Settles for 3 again. Misses a 3. Man. We're just going to keep shooting that, aren't we? Champagny for 3. Jimmy, screen by Podz. Oh, just bullies CP, gets his own rebound, and it's a foul on JC. Keldon Johnson says, review that. But I think he got wrist. Pretty sure he got wrist. He bulldozed CP. Jimmy with the twiddling of the fingers as he gets the ball and hits a free throw. Smirks a little bit because he's mad he missed that last one. CP and BP having conversations day and night. And he makes both. They have some strong convos. And Keldon tries to turn on BP. BP stays in front, then turns him. Oh, Moses for 3. That feels a little early. Missed it. Guess he was open. Keldon with the Euro. Inside miss. Tapped it back in over Buddy. Timeout, Steve. $92.88. Q4 905. When they can dunk. I don't know about dunking. I mean, when they means Moses and JK, right? Cholo is off, so let's see what happens from Cholo. Jimmy moves like a jaguar. Yeah, I mean, with Clay, I mean, we took it till the wheels fell off. Clay was not looking for 30 million. Okay, Steph back in last 9 minutes at 8:55, 8:54, 8:53. Jimmy looking, finds Draymond, kick it to Podz, wide open, missed it. He's cold today, 3 for 10. Keldon and Podz. Podz actually has like what, the most threes since March 18th or some crazy stat. Wesley sets a pick for Chris. Chris in the lane, kick it. Champagne, kick it one more time. HB gets another open 3 in the corner. This guy's always open in the corner. And it's all caused by, I think, CP3 against Steph. I'm not sure. Yeah, Draymond bit and helped out on that one. Anyways, speaking of Dray, inside, kick it out to Jimmy for 3. Chris inside and turnover. Jimmy steal. Wow, Jimmy's everywhere. Podz for 3, missed another one. He's mad at himself. But doesn't matter, you got to make those. And Keldon throws it away. Wesley's pissed at him. Wesley's going to come out. I think it's their normal rotation. Probably bring out Castle. I'm glad because Wesley kills us. He hasn't been killing us second half. But first half he did. Four-point lead. Jimmy brings it up. 7 minutes. Looney's in for Draymond. Sets a pick for Steph. Buddy doesn't go to him. Goes to Podz. Back to Jimmy, right side. Back to Buddy. Back to Jimmy. He's available to sidestep 2 over Harrison. No good. Good rebound, Champagne. Over to Chris. Chris and Podz. Screen, JC. Now it's Chris and Looney. Chris and Looney. Crossover a million times. Draws a double from Buddy. Buddy closes on Champagne. 3-ball, in and out. Pretty good defense by Buddy. All things considered. Steph turns the corner on Castle. Goes to Buddy. Buddy turns. Finds Looney. Foul reaching by HB. Go to the line. Got to make free throws. Super critical. Third team foul. When will Jimmy rest? 32 minutes played. So we got a free throw by Looney. Steph's at 30, Draymond at 28, 29. Moody's going to check in for probably Buddy. Looney, good? Good job, Loon. I'd be shocked if he didn't come in for Buddy. Five-point lead, possibly 6 to protect the lead. Nope, Buddy's in there. Oh, wow. Okay, I am shocked. Who came out? Podz. What? Okay. Maybe because Podz missed the 3 last time. Harrison wants to take Loon. Dribbles off of Buddy's foot. Stay here, out of bounds. Good thing they didn't call kick ball. Now Buddy's limping. What the heck? Maybe got hit in the shin by the ball or the leg. Well, he's going to limp around for a little bit. I hope he's all right, especially playing defense on Harrison. Castle in the game. Looney reaches in. I mean, I don't understand the reach-in thing. Like, you're 6'9". That guy's 6'2", 6'1". There's no reason to reach in, but okay. Good move, Stephon. I don't know. He'll go to the line. Just hard habit to break. Hits a free throw. We're only up 5, possibly 4. Vassell and Castle have the same hairstyle. Kind of look like each other. Steph will bring it up left side on Castle. Jimmy will set a pick up top. Sets a pick way out there. Rolls. Steph nearly palmed the ball. Got it over to Looney. Got it over to Buddy. Buddy, late shot clock. He's got to make a move. Finds Moody. Moody's got to make a move. And he gets stripped by Castle. Vassell, 2-on-1. Champagne scores. And 1 on Buddy. Man. Horrendous move by Moody, but it was a grenade. And, I mean, you're costing us the game if you can't just pull up for 2. It doesn't make sense to me. up by 1. 5:28 to go. Steph will bring it up on Castle. And we got about 12 on the clock left. Jimmy, right hash mark, handoff Steph. Turns the corner, over Manu. Good. With the GOAT layup, we needed one so badly. 99-96. Oh, Castle for 3. He just pulls up and it's a swish. 5 minutes to go. $99 apiece. Jimmy gets the ball on the split cut with Steph. Takes JC. Foul on JC. How many fouls on Champagne? Let's get him out of there. 3 only. Wow. Feels like way more. At least 4. So Jimmy will slow roll this. Draymond and Podz back in. Made the free throw. First to 100, hopefully, tonight. Lawler's Law. Next time out, got to remind me to send the StreamYard link to Dean for later. Jimmy at the line. Good. So, 101.99. 441, 440, 439, 438. Stephon, Jimmy, switch over to BP on the double screen, basically. Stephon down the lane. Jimmy helps. Jimmy reaches. Deflect. Manu. What a save by Manu. Devin Vassell finally misses a 3. Good job, guys. Moses is open for 3 on the break. Manu partially blocked it. BP taps it to Steph. What a rebound. Steph misses. Draymond boxes out. What a box out. He finds Steph. It's good. Reverse layup. Wow. Huge play by Dray, man. And BP stays in front, but Manu gets a free look. It goes in. No. Manu for 3. I don't even know what happened there. Only up by 1. Steph will call a timeout. 103.99. No, 103.102. So what happened was Draymond had to help, and Manu faked out Steph. Wow. Because BP fell down, staying in front of Castle. Man, crazy. 3:43 to go, up by 1. I just got to keep the faith. I mean, you hope they pull it out. But if they don't, then they don't deserve it. Then they'll make a mistake coming up. So either they'll make some glaring mistake on offense or defense, or we won't, and we'll escape with a victory. But it's tough, man. This NBA is a tough league, you know. Any given night, you know, it's hard to describe, but this happens. And I can't pinpoint it. I can't really pinpoint if there's somebody, something to blame. There's a lot of little things you can blame, and I don't know that it's really worth it. Kuminga only has 1 turnover. I thought he had more. So that stat line doesn't look terrible, but you know, we all know he can play better than this and have more force. Anyway, just gotta hope for the best, and just no turnovers and play solid defense. Let's play solid defense. What can you do? That last Mamu 3, just crazy. Crazy. All right, Steph on the curl. ATO missed it. Why are we doing a 3-ball attempt out of the timeout? I don't get that. Timeout, Mitch Johnson. Why are we doing that? Oh, now I can blame the coaching staff. I don't understand that play. It's clearly a play to get Steph open. I mean, how about a 2-ball? I guess we don't have much 2-ball going on. And they're not really top locking Steph all that much. So, okay. There's no JK out there to do the, 2-ball thing. Unless you want to ISO Jimmy, and that would be too predictable. I don't know. So here we go. It is 103, 102, Q4, 327. So now you can include everybody under the category of who could have done better tonight. Actually, Jimmy's played pretty flawless, except for the 1 turnover. 24 points. Look at that. Only 7 became 8. Oh, no. I think that might be. Oh, no. I spoiled myself. Jimmy just missed a shot, so I don't know what's happening. A couple minutes behind here. And BP got a steal. BP and Moses got a steal on the inbound. And Jimmy's going to take it baseline. Knocked away by Champagny. HB on the break. Castle goes to the hoop and scores over Steph. Good burst by the youngster. We're down 1. Don't want to look at that box score. Spoil it. There's your 2-pointer. Steph gets the cut. Pass Stephon Castle. Jimmy to Steph. 105, 104. Up by 1. BP trying to stay in front. He does. Castle throws it away. Wow. Way to stay in front. Bad turnover by Castle. Sometimes you need some help. Yep, that was a top lock, all right. And Steph wanted an and 1. Dang, man. He's pretty upset about that. All right, Draymond to Steph. Nearly throws it away. Draymond has to save it. Tight ropes it, and he throws it away. Oh, man, the old men making mistakes late. Champagny 3-ball. The other way, of course. Of course, it's a 3-ball the other way. Steph with the hero ball. Missed it. Moses rebound. We're going to hero ball this now? Man, you guys know what's up? Oh, okay. Jimmy attacks, spins on HB foul. So Moses just saved the day with the offensive rebound. Wow. So Steph and Draymond play mistake-free for about 46 minutes, and then they do that. Wow. Jimmy makes a free throw. Make. So now we're tied up 107 apiece because the last bucket was a 3 by Champagny. Man, there's some eye-bleeding moments tonight. Just the whole team, everybody on the team has made critical mistake here or there. Castle inside, kick it to Keldon for 3. No dagger. Jimmy with a very timely leap. Good job by Jimmy. Moses doesn't fire and nearly throws it away. Man, this is nerve-wracking. Moses saved the day and nearly threw it away. All right, side inbound Jimmy. Yeah, just give it to Jimmy, man. He's the only one that's like mistake-free all night. Maybe one turnover. And he and Steph attack the same spot. So now you got to go back to Draymond, who throws it away. He threw it away. My goodness. Then he stops it. Oh, then he made a DPOY stop. Wow. Draymond's offense today, atrocious, and yet saves the day on the defensive side. Jimmy fouled on the rebound. He'll shoot free throws. Oh, wow. We're going to limp to the playoffs, aren't we? We're either going to just have a face palm, the biggest face palm in the world, or limp to the playoffs in terms of not injury, but just not locked in. You're just unable to lock in against these young guys. The old guys, the young guys can't lock in. They just can't lock in. But they're locking in right now. Up by 2, 48 seconds left. Castle on Podz. Can we stay in front? Screen coming probably. He goes before the screen. Fakes a 3, goes to Keldon. Draymond stays in front. 1-on-1. Draymond, Keldon. Keldon scores. No. And 1? No. Clean. Timeout as Steph has a little bit of a delay getting the ball in, and Steve finally goes, no, timeout. So 2 timeouts become 1. Tie ball game. Keldon and Dray 1v1. Keldon won that one. What can you say? He stopped him last time. And then if you're 50% stopping a guy, that's pretty damn good by basketball standards. So tied 109 apiece with 0:32 left. 0.6. Yeah, what are our threes tonight? 16 for 48. Lower than usual. Man, we almost shot 53s. How are the Warriors playing so bad? It's a lot of things. So Zap is asking the question everybody's thinking. And my answer to that is I think it's just a lot of things why we're tied up this late in the game against a team that's not even in the playoffs and pretty much got injuries galore and, wanting an outside chance at Cooper flag type deal. And I just like I was saying earlier, a lot of talent in the NBA. HB stole the ball from Jimmy on the inbound. Wow. Just crazy. Steph to Jimmy, stolen by HB. It went right through the wickets. I'm going to have to replay that later, especially if Stephon gets past Stephon. Inside pass to Keldon, good. And Draymond and Jimmy, you got to call timeout. We're not calling timeout. All right, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7. Season on the line. 6th seed on the line. Over to Draymond. Dangerous pass. Fouled by HB. You got to make both now. Holy smoke. What just happened? Wow, miscommunication between Dray and Jimmy. Castle to Keldon down low. Can Draymond hit both? He hits one. It all comes down to this. 6th seed comes down to one free throw. 3.1 seconds. Don't spoil it. This is nuts. He makes it. Line drive. Timeout. Mitch Johnson. I almost said Keldon Johnson. 111 apiece. 3.1. Yeah, Dray lucky that wasn't called an and one. So I got to go back to that turnover. By the time I reach it, it'll probably be no, I can clip it. See what happened there. Yeah, that was Jimmy. You got to catch that. That was the most basic pass Steph could have thrown to Jimmy on the inbound, but it's ancient history now. But we finally got the Jimmy game where people wanted him to shoot. He shot, and then he's got a couple critical mistakes here at the end. One on defense where he should be helping, and we got to play the percentages. Lay off of HB on the three. If he hits a game-winning three, he hits a game-winning three. But it goes down low into Keldon and scored that one. Lucky that Draymond did not get an and one on that one, and here we are. Here we go. Castle, Jimmy, a lot of contact on HB for the win. HB got the win. It's a splash. Wow. And that's what we get. So congrats, San Antonio. You took advantage of just exactly what we do, which is we don't lock in for teams that we think we should beat just by showing up. So we get what we get. And I hope they remember this. And if we're bound for the play-in, then that's what you get. So it's unfortunate. Of course, HB would hit it at the buzzer. I got no words. Just you show up and you think you're just going to sleepwalk to a win. Guess what? Doesn't happen that way. So let me pull up the post game. Supremely disappointing. So many mistakes tonight. You could write a book how many mistakes we made. So no one here is surprised by this loss in terms of the performance that was made today. I think everybody, I mean, wow, it's quite shocking, honestly. So it's a back-to-back, but San Antonio had a back-to-back, but you kind of, they got nothing to lose type deal, and it's I have no words. I don't even know how to describe this. I don't have any other excuses I could turn to. Just carelessness at the end, but man, the point at which we got there. Let me look at the play-by-play a little bit and see where things might have fallen apart, because I mean, we had a 9-point lead going into the fourth, so it's worth studying. So let me get the StreamYard link over to Dean, because we're going to need Dean's voice to get us out of this quandary. This is a tough one. But yeah. Just, man, everybody had moments where they played bad. Okay, so we're up by 10, we're up by 7, we're up by 6, and we're up by 4. So I think this run here that went from 10 to 4 is critical, because then now it went from 10 to 1. So now you're playing a 92-91 game, and it's nail biters till the end, I think. 199. Lawler's Law didn't hold, and then it's a tight one from that point forward. So it went from and by the way, we're doing this before even the Warriors are kind of figuring out what the hell just happened. But we had a 9-point lead with 10-14 to go. 9-point lead with 10-14 to go. And I think I want to go live on Instagram, because I don't want to duck. I don't duck it when we're playing bad. You know what I mean? So, but let me. I forgot to post the link in. Let's see. Let me go on Instagram. Discussing what went wrong. Join us for the analysis. And get the link. And that's the only thing I forgot to do when I did the whole halftime Twitter marketing and all of that. Okay, post-game analysis, interviews. Okay, so just give me a few seconds here. Hope it's not too carnage. Loss is definitely on Dray. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let me do the play-by-play. Okay. live. Analyzing the loss, post-game interviews, link in IG stories. Update details. Oh shit. Messed that up. Hold on. All right. We're live on Instagram. And I was just about to check the play-by-play to try and identify where exactly the game was lost. I've identified the 10-minute mark in the fourth quarter as a main issue here. So, and then we'll have the post-game interviews, obviously, as I usually have it. Jimmy Butler puts us up by 9. And then there's the missed Kuminga 3. All of the threes that he took were like, what are you doing? Like settling. And then Champagny comes back with a 3. Let me check my notes to see if anybody played bad defense on that one. Yeah, JK missed a corner 3, but it was on an offensive rebound by Draymond on the missed free throw. And then I don't have anything after that. So Champagny ends up making a 3. Jimmy drives and got his own rebound, got fouled, right? Fouled by CP. Yep. That actually was Champagny. We're still up by 8. Keldon Johnson driving layup, 9:28. Yeah, he turned the corner on BP. Not the best game by BP, obviously on offense, but also every now and then on defense, guys got by him. Blake Wesley rebound. Well, we called his name a million times in the second quarter, but Keldon Johnson tip layup. Tipped his own layup. Yeah, Moses took an early 3. 9:28 to 9:20. You got 16 on the clock and you shoot a 3. I didn't understand that one either. And then Keldon gets a tip in and it's 92-88. So this is one stretch, for example, and then out of the timeout, GSW timeout, Podz misses a 3. Let me see. 9:05 timeout. Yeah, I don't have anything. That's late shot clock. It took out Moody. And then Podz misses a 3. And then Harrison hits a 3 the other way. Let me see. Yeah, Dray helping Steph. Draymond helped Steph against CP3, and that left HB open in the corner. So if you wanted to blame Draymond, there's one for you. So you see what I mean? Like everybody made mistakes. Everybody. Jimmy can't handle the easiest pass Steph's made all night on the inbound after timeout. It's just crazy. But that was later on. So everyone, the good news is everyone can look in the mirror and say, why did I do that at that moment in time? And the bad news is that everyone can look in the mirror at the same time. Cool. We got Dean. What's up, Dean?
What's up, Rich?
Yeah. I guess, well, we've had some pretty bad losses this year, so I don't know if it's the worst loss, but as of today, it's got to be the worst loss because you just, fumbled an important game to get you the 6th seed. So anyways, I think, yeah, so JK missed the 3, settled. So did BP. So did Moses. BP didn't stay in front of Keldon. Draymond helps Steph on CP3, leading to Harrison Barnes 3 in the corner. And suddenly it's 92-91 after you're up by 9. So a lot of blame to go around.
Do you know what our record was until tonight in clutch games with Jimmy?
Nope. And here's
9-1.
Let's just 9-1 with Jimmy. All right, here's Steve. Let's see what he has to say about this, because I'm I don't know who to blame or what to blame. Probably just not locked in. But then you're on a back-to-back, and you just went on a long road trip, came back, and went right back to Phoenix. So I don't know.
Is there a possession or kind of maybe an aspect to this one that stings the most?
No, not a possession. I just felt like we never, other than the first 5 minutes of the game and the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, and I never felt like we had control of them defensively. And so we left the door open. We know they're a really good three-point shooting team. They made 17 last night against the Clippers and hung in there and gave them a tough game. So this was not a surprise to see this kind of effort from the Spurs, but we couldn't contain them defensively. And when you do that, you leave the door open for for shots like they hit, like the one Harrison hit at the end.
You were minus 16 in the non-Steph.
Yeah.
How significant was that?
Huge. I thought that was key to the game. Top of the second, top of the fourth. We played 2 great quarters tonight, first quarter and third quarter. And then both of those quarters, top second, top 4, they blitzed us. I think they went 19-3 in the second quarter. And then to go into the fourth with a 12-point lead and immediate, I think it was maybe a 12-4 start, in the fourth. And those were the 2 key stretches of the game.
I think you had 3 turnovers in the last minute or so, one on inbound, some other entry passes. Was that just sloppy passing, or were there some overplaying that you guys just couldn't make up?
I think sloppy execution. Our spacing wasn't great, and so they made some good plays there. For the most part for the game, we took care of the ball, and then down in those last 2 minutes, and we've been playing really well down the stretch of games, closing games well. Tonight we weren't able to do it.
Obviously, we all know what this could mean for playoff standings. Do you talk to your team about that? Do you need something to try to change the mood or change the momentum after something like this?
This is the NBA, that's how it works. Everybody's good. Everybody's got talent. You're always vulnerable, no matter who you are. And it's going down to the wire for a reason. There's a lot of great teams in the West, and there's very few easy games. There's just very few games that fall into place. And because of the three-point line in the modern NBA, you're always vulnerable, and that's what got us tonight, 18 threes.
Coach, obviously a disappointing loss with you guys trying to win out the rest of the game so that you could make sure that you were in a pretty good position going into the playoffs now, dropping to the 7th seed. If you could share, what do you say to your team after a loss like this? What are you telling them looking forward after something like this to avoid?
We're already in the playoffs, and so this is what the playoffs feel like. A lot of pressure, lot on the line, tough losses, and so the only thing you can do is you pick up your your chin and off the floor, and you get back at it the next day. So we got a huge game in Portland, and we'll fly there tomorrow and get these guys ready and right back at it.
Steve, what was harder to take the late turnovers by your veteran guys, or the fact that the Spurs shot better than 70% in that fourth quarter against your defense? What was tougher?
All of it. I mean, to lose a 12-point lead to start the quarter at home, that's tough. But give the Spurs credit; they played a great game, and Harrison has been hot for a couple weeks, and even the shots he missed tonight were halfway down. He hit just an incredible shot to win the game. So we try to pick up the pieces from this and get right back at it tomorrow, or Friday, I guess, in Portland, and look at the tape, see where we can get better, and that's what we're going to do.
Overall in the game, do you think that their 3-point shooting success was more your defense, or just they were hitting tough shots, or how much was it?
It felt like they broke us down off the dribble in that fourth quarter quite a bit. Castle did a good job getting into the paint, and I thought his three was a big one. He's about 28%. You don't expect him to make that one, but he knocked it down. Like I said, give him credit. That was a big one. I think it tied the game and kind of put us in a tough spot. They made the plays.
Hey, Steve. Chris Paul's been mum on his future as to if he's coming back next year. This could be your last time coaching against him. Obviously, someone you've coached for in the past. Just what makes his game so unique after having coached against him all these years, and more specifically, his pick and roll game so unique?
So he's one of the greatest point guards of all time, and it was a pleasure to coach him. And I imagine he'll keep playing next year because he's still really good.
Kuminga 18 minutes tonight. Just looked like you kind of trimmed it to an 8-man rotation in general. How difficult right now are your rotation choices, and particularly your fourth quarter?
Yeah, I thought we really missed Gary tonight. We missed QP. Those guys. We've really developed a good groove rotation wise. With those two guys, and so that jumbled the rotation. You saw the first top of the second we had Guy out there. Top of the fourth we had JK, and so we're mixing and matching. We tried Trayce for a few minutes as well, and but again, the key stretches of the game were top second, top fourth. That's where they got right back in the game, and so those are the rotation choices we have to make.
What do you think about the Spurs going to Harrison Barnes for that last shot, and then the emotion that poured out of him that he had that moment against a former team?
Well, it made sense to go to him because he can get the shot off over the top because he's big and he's been hot. So he made an incredible shot. I'm sure it's pretty sweet for him being a former Warrior, and anytime you can hit a shot like that, it's an incredible thrill. And Harrison's one of my favorite guys. I'll be happy for him after the season ends, but not tonight. Thanks.
All right, Dean.
Yeah. Tough loss. I don't.
Yeah. At least Bruce is reminding us Grizzlies have 3 tough games too. So.
Yeah, Nuggets lost to this team too, I think. Didn't they? Spurs? I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. This was a game where just felt that something might happen like this. Felt that all day.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just yet another comeback from a road trip, back-to-back type thing, or I don't know what. But so I was just decided to be calm today. Mostly I like to yell and shout and cheer and laugh and things like that.
That's good advice from the Dean of Positivity. Yeah, no, that is good advice. Just choose.
I figure I'd give my neighbors a break anyway.
Yeah. Tell you what, I personally, I'm exhausted from this last week of, this was a double back-to-back, two back-to-backs I recall in 1 week. right? So it's been tiring for me. So imagine playing an NBA game. But then again, I'm sure the Spurs probably have played a similarly rough schedule. So
It doesn't really matter whether they did or not.
It looked like Steph wasn't 100%, but I'm guessing, and
he looked okay to me. I didn't see that personally. The gingerness.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we took a poll, and it just looked like the tailbone was bothering him. Let me look for the results of the poll. So what I'm saying is, the Warriors did not look 100%. Like, just it looked like
they looked tired in that second quarter. They looked really tired in that second quarter, just jogging up the court,
Mm-hmm.
But the first quarter, and I think by the end of the third quarter and the fourth quarter, I don't think that was, the fourth quarter was the Spurs just having incredible shot making, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe
Devin Vassell with the little push shot from 3, man, how's that go in? What was he anyways? 3 for 9. Better than our team. Devin Vassell with the funny looking release that goes in.
Yeah.
Get 3 of them.
I don't know what to tell you guys.
Yeah.
We probably should have lost to the Nuggets, honestly, and won this game.
Oh, that's something.
So,
yeah.
Also, this is what happened last year. We couldn't beat the Pelicans. We went into we were the 10th seed. We went into we had a shot at 6th, and we couldn't get it there. Great. This is an opportunity to make up for last year. Now, the Trailblazers and the Clippers are elimination games. We're down 3-2 right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you like to
just
look
down
at
3-2. We're going to face that in the playoffs anyway.
As a 7-game series type deal. Yeah, that's a fun way to avoid the angst sometimes. It's kind of neat. I'll give you that. Don't always agree with you on that, but no, I think it's overall pretty cool.
No, I'm not talking about where we are series-wise. Yeah, on my list. I'm just saying you have to play it like we're down. I think we're tied 2-2 actually right now, but maybe not. But no, you just play it like you have 2 elimination games coming up, and thankfully, even if you don't win both, you do have one more shot in the play-in. It's not like we were playing for 8th, thankfully, and I don't know. It's just we lost we lost to a team that was pretty hot. I looked at the team stats; there seemed to be fairly well balanced, although the Spurs did end up on top on most of them. But we were down 4 going into the half, and we were down 3 at the end of the game. But I don't know. This is just a game where your shots don't really fall the way you want them to, and that's going to happen. We're a better team than that, though. And just the effort not to lose the game by 8 or whatever in the fourth quarter when they were just. Did they say they shot 70% from the field in the fourth? Did someone say that to my man Ice?
Your man who?
Ice. That's Steve Kerr's nickname back in the Bulls days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did I not know that for young?
Mm-hmm. Well, he had the blonde hair, and he was ice cold. He was had ice in his veins on some clutch shots, including against the Jazz in the finals. So they call him Ice. I think I'm going to call him Coach Ice. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I also want to say I thought Kimbo is telling us some good things in the comments. Main issues tonight: point of attack, silly turnovers, tough and unnecessary shots, ball stop moving at points. I will say this though, the ball was stopped moving because it was kind of a Jimmy game, and that was fine. He was getting to the line. He got to the line 17 times, 16 makes, and I keep going back to Steph is not 100%, because if he were, then we probably would have ran him around in circles a few more times. I just don't think he's 100%. And then towards the end, we run out of the timeout. We run a play that has him curl around 2 screens for a 3. So that's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, oh, okay, so Steph is laboring. Let's get him an open 3 here. I mean, if it goes in, we'll probably win the game because it's a dagger. He misses it, and that's the moment Steph misses a 3, especially like a game like tonight. We're all thinking the same thing. At least us on Let's Go Warriors in the chat, we're thinking, can we get a better play for a 2? So then next time down, he runs the slip cut against Castle, who at that point is top locking him. We get the 2. He wanted the N1. He's like yelling at the ref or glaring at the ref. He didn't get the N1.
Was that the one way high up off the glass?
I don't know, but
was it a scoop or was it like a push shot?
Wow, why are you asking? I'm just trying to.
I'm just trying to remember the play.
Okay, so I don't recall because I wasn't looking at that moment in time. I look at the screen. He is arguing for an N1 or glaring at the ref for an N1. But this is pretty late in the game because I do recall we come out of the timeout. We ran a curl play for Steph, and I'm like, that's the best shot we can get because he missed it. Of course, if he made it, I'd be like, great play, you know, all that. So back to my thesis, which is Steph wasn't 100%, and we were playing the game based on that, I think. Yeah. And that's why it was a Jimmy game. We ISO Jimmy a lot. So I think that's what happened tonight.
Well, here's something else that I thought of that I think backs that up, what you're saying, Rich. At one point, Steph was 5 of 10 from 3, and he ended the game 5 of 14. And we only ended up with 10 turnovers the entire game.
Wow. That's
so we must have had 3 or 4 in the final 5 minutes of the fourth.
Yeah.
You know, we probably had only 6 or 7 turnovers the whole game before that. So that was a lack of late game execution, definitely.
So the way I'm making myself feel better about this, because we always do that here on Let's Go Warriors, is we try to, you know, always go back to the gratitude well, because, you know, we're still 22-7 overall with Jimmy, and you stretch that over the next 82 or next year, we should be fine. You know, we should be going into the last couple weeks of the season, you know, as a top 4 Western team next year type of deal, if all of this holds and we're fully healthy. So I'm happy about that. I'm grateful that we do have Jimmy. He's so unselfish, and we can go to him. I mean, he almost won the game with 28 points, you know, like that, but then made the turnover at the end. Okay. But I am going to mentally just say Steph wasn't 100%, and I have enough points of evidence that convinces me of that. So I'm going to go with that. And then that way I'm a little bit more okay with the loss. So that's the mind game I'm playing with myself.
I don't know. I'm not that upset. It was a close game. You know,
it's funny. I wasn't that upset.
To win, and
I feel like I'm more upset. I mean, now that I've talked myself out of that, I was definitely more upset by the last loss that we had, which was, what was it? Houston. Probably Houston. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was less upset by that because I watched that game and I was like, oh man, Houston is a legit number 2, man. The way they play physical is like just enough so the refs won't call it type deal. Like that's the perfect amount of physicality you need to bring. So I wasn't that upset about that one, but this one, I feel like I'm more upset, and now I have to go beyond to like kind of calm myself down.
It's funny. I feel the other way around, you know.
Yeah. That's interesting.
And the Houston one.
Do you know why though?
I felt like this one, you know, when you control your own destiny, sometimes you have games where you didn't control your destiny. You were very tired, you know.
Wow.
And we lost on a buzzer beating 3. You know, the Houston one, I felt just the refs were driving me wild that game. They were
sure.
Out of my mind that game. This game, you know, Steph getting hugged all over the place. You know,
that's why I feel like Houston.
But most of the calls didn't bother me. They didn't bother me today.
I mean, I am upset with the refs from the Houston game, but then I also tip my hat to Udoka and the execution of.
I don't respect that. I don't respect what
doing that.
Walking up on Steph and then saying we're crying. I don't. They're the Grizzlies, bro. They're the 22 Grizzlies.
But that's how you got to beat the Warriors. I thought at the time, and this one also, I think it kind of a letdown type deal where it's not Houston coming in, it's San Antonio, and you look at the standings, they're way down there. So
yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, the Spurs are good, have been a pretty good team. They've been, as I forget if someone mentioned it or I saw it somewhere else, but they were really close against the Clippers. I think last night. So they, I guess, also played a back-to-back. Again, I think they beat the Nuggets. So they've been, you know, I can see them having, now that they've been eliminated from, you know, postseason, I can see them playing to stay on the roster for when De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama are back. You know, so I think they have motivation to play hard. They're obviously not trying to get a top 4 pick or something like that, you know, which they shouldn't. They should be. They're in the lottery, you know, and so I think and Chris Paul, you know, and Harrison Barnes, man, those guys know the Warriors, you know, they know the squad and yeah, I mean, I don't know, it just didn't bother me that much.
All right, let's hear from Steph.
Oh, well.
Perfect timing. And here's Wardell.
Steph, what did you think about Harrison Barnes following Draymond and then the ball being back to Harrison?
Yeah, man, shout out Draymond knocking down the free throws. I got trapped on that play. Threw it back. Did he do it? I don't know if he did it intentionally or whatever he decided to do. Draymond made them free throws, and obviously a big shot. That next possession, you give a team life and give them the ability to make a run, finish the fourth quarter like they did, then it's make or miss at the end of the game, whether it's going to overtime or not. And you never want to put yourself in that position. We did and got bit by it.
Where do you feel like you guys kind of screwed this one up most?
I think we had 2 stretches, first half, second half. I don't know the time specific, but where we just got lax defensively and gave up a lot of straight line drives to the basket. We were pretty soft on the ball. They were just driving the paint, getting to the rim, offensive rebounds, or, you know, finding open threes. And those 2 stretches gave them life, gave them, you know, the belief that, you know, it was worth fighting. And after that first quarter start, you let your foot off the gas pedal and you give a team an ability to make plays. They're an NBA team too. They're gonna take advantage of it, and they did.
There's still so much to sort out standings wise, and there's still paths for you guys to get 5th and 6th and all that. But I guess how significant did this loss feel, considering, you know, the position you had set yourself up, you know, prior to tonight?
I mean, we know where we're at. We know that every game is important. It's been important for like the last 2 weeks, and we've done a lot to give ourselves a chance to climb pretty high, considering where we were before the trade deadline, and then these last 2 home games, it sucks. Like, for different reasons, Houston and tonight, 2 games that you feel like were winnable and should have won. And I don't know how it'll impact the ending of where we end up after Sunday, but we still do have 2 games. We got to win both of them. See what happens. Just made it a little harder on ourselves.
You guys had 3 turnovers in the last minute or so. I think you had one of them on the inbounds. Was it just their pressure was forcing perfect passing? Was it a little bit sloppy passing? What was going on there in those turnovers?
2 of them were just bad spacing. Mine was just a bad pass. Like, we were trying to set up a play to get Jimmy the ball and then have some action around. And, HB was kind of all over him. I tried to tuck it in there low so he could get it, but he got a deflection. That stuff happens. Tough timing, obviously. But it honestly shouldn't come down to those 3 possessions, even though we still had a chance to win, because we played well enough for stretches majority of the game to create separation, give ourselves or maintain the momentum. But again, when you give come down to possession here, possession there down the stretch, anything can happen in this league.
Steph, ahead of the game, I asked Coach Kerr about the preparation going into this matchup, being that it was the second of a back-to-back. And he said that the leadership between you, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond would be able to get the team ready and understand the urgency of this game. Given the results of this game, knowing the implications of the next 2, is the weight heavier on you guys to make sure everyone is ready for the next 2 games so that you guys can make the best possibility going into the play-in or playoffs, or is there no weight at all?
No, there's definitely weight, and there's been weight for a while. We understand. I mean, our record's been great in the last 20-plus games, and every one of them we felt a sense of urgency. So with 2 games left, you can kind of narrow down to, it's 48 minutes on Friday is going to be important. Sunday, the same. We've had a very professional approach and very consistent, level we've been playing at. Our execution tonight just wasn't great, and a good team will bounce back from it and take care of business these next 2 and then go from there. So we have to prove that we're a good team.
Steph, you said, you said you guys relaxed defensively for stretches and soft on the ball. Your defense has been really good. I mean, I think number 1 rated in the league since Jimmy's here. Last week, big games on the road. How sort of, on a fundamental level, how sort of surprised or startled were you to have those stretches tonight? Exactly what you guys have avoided for quite a while.
Yeah, I think there's a pattern of certain styles that will give us trouble if we're not locked in defensively. When teams that go 5 out spacing that have theoretically 5 shooters, even though there are different levels of shooting, but they space the floor. You have driving kicks. Like, you got to be on a string. You got to guard your yard, as we call it. You got to be able to have some resistance on the ball, but then everybody's got to be flying around. And if one piece of that puzzle is soft or a step slow, then you get eaten alive. And that happened for far too many stretches. And we've been on the other side where if you don't feel any resistance offensively, everybody feels good. Everybody feels confident, feeling like they can finish a play, knock down a shot, create a shot. So that's where you give teams life, and you can't do that. I don't care who you're playing. And good teams pride themselves on defense like we have during this run, and that's what hurt us tonight.
Two important stretches this game were start of the second quarter, start of the fourth quarter with you on the bench. Since getting Jimmy, those minutes haven't been as big of an issue, but why do you think that trend flipped tonight?
Same answers I've been talking about all this whole time, just defensively. Like, everybody's gonna look at the offense and what Jimmy does on that end, but it's our defense that's been extremely impactful and dominant. So we're all in this together. Like, there's not 2 teams out there. It's one team that has different combinations no matter who's on the floor. And you gotta, if we want to reach the heights that we say we want to and really believe that we can get to, then it doesn't matter if you make or miss shots. The stuff that you can control, the defensive effort and attention to detail, game plan, discipline, all that type of stuff has to, stay at a high level, and it didn't tonight.
So since Jimmy arrived, you guys have been pretty good about not giving up double-digit leads in the fourth quarter. Is this a moment to pause and say, okay, what do we fix back to the lab kind of thing, or is this just a one-game blip, you think?
What were we up at?
Up 12 at the start of the fourth.
What was the question again?
You guys have done a really good job of not losing leads like this since Jimmy came aboard. Obviously, a bunch of those early in the season. I'm wondering, when you look at a game like this, is it like a back to the lab thing and see what we did wrong, or do you just figure it's a one-off?
You recalibrate and make it a one-game blip. Like, that's the stuff you can control. Like I said, you're up 12 going to the fourth. Your defense is really going to be the difference in maintaining that separation. Like, again, who cares if you make or miss shots? You just can't give a team life, and giving up 38 points. Like, if you're telling you got to, give up 38 points, like when it's crunch time, like that's not gonna win any game. So we gotta be better.
Well, Steph in his own way saying the same thing after every loss, which is pretty much we got to play better. But also, when Steph says things like, our defense is soft here and there, and you saw Jimmy and Draymond got screwed up on the dish inside to Keldon that thankfully the ref, I mean, who cares at this point, but the ref didn't call an and one on Draymond. We were talking about that in the chat. And Draymond turns around, stares at Jimmy, and almost argues with him on the spot. And probably just at that point was like, nah, we'll talk about it in the film session. But overall, I mean, if there's a way to make you guys feel better about this, don't forget, our horrendous 25-26 start is shackling us right now. They don't determine playoff seeds based on best record since the All-Star break, right? And you can look that up. You can actually go to Google and go NBA best record since All-Star break, which I've accessed before. So it's in purple here already. And you sort it by the win-loss percentage. We're still 19-5. We're still third in the league, so don't forget that. So I think it's we're still third in the NBA at 19-5 since All-Star weekend. And that's not even including the wins that we got before All-Star weekend. So we're kind of, I think we need to be, I think we are already pretty forgiving of this loss, but I think you're going to see, here's Draymond. I think you're going to see Twitter go crazy and throw everybody under the bus. But what they don't realize is that we're paying for our sins before Jimmy, unfortunately. But that's how it goes. Overall, we're okay. And we might not get a good seed, but overall, we're okay, if that makes any sense. Here's Draymond.
Drummond, just how would you describe what happened in the fourth quarter? What mostly went wrong?
Didn't happen in the fourth quarter. It happened in the second quarter. End of the first quarter, second quarter, we just started giving up straight line drives. They found a rhythm. That's when it happened. We found a way to get the lead back, but we never don't mess around with games. Mess around with games in this league, you lose. So that's what happened.
You guys have been pretty good in the non-Steph minutes since Jimmy's been here tonight. I think minus 16. I guess one of those pockets is the one you're talking about. But, you know, I guess what were the issues with those kind of lines?
Couldn't get a stop. Couldn't get into nothing good offensively. Couldn't get a stop.
Dray, when it comes to the leadership on this team, Steve Kerr, head coach Steve Kerr, said earlier that it was because of you, Steph, and Jimmy that you guys could get the team ready. How much of a weight is it on you guys now? Like you just said, you can't mess around in this league. How much of a weight is it on you guys to make sure everyone else is ready for the next two games, including, of course, you three?
Yeah, definitely got to make sure people are ready to play, but we are professionals and you know what's at stake. You got to come in ready to go.
And when you say mess around, do you think there was a lack of focus for this? Like, you know,
there's a lack of grit. Sometimes it don't take focus. Sometimes it take grit. There's a lack of that.
Is that stunning to you that would happen in this moment, this late in the season with this much on the line?
It's upsetting. I wouldn't say stunning. It's upsetting.
There's still, I mean, regardless of the significance of this loss, there's still some clear paths for y'all to, you know, get out of the play-in. Even if you were to be in the play-in, obviously you'd be on the better side of that. I mean, how I guess optimistic are you still even after a night like tonight?
Like I told you last night, I don't sit and look at the standings and wish for other teams to lose. You take care of what you're supposed to take care of, everything else take care of itself. So I don't sit and build myself up with optimism. Want to be a winner, go win the game.
Why do you think there was a lack of grit tonight?
We'll figure it out.
What happened? There's a miscommunication late.
We got bunched up. We were bunched up all night. Basement was awful.
Draymond, how do you expect the way you lost tonight to feel the next two games? I mean, you've recently, this team, when it hasn't lost much, but when it has, it's come back strong. Obviously, those two losses on the trip, you come back and win in Memphis and LA. What kind of carryover do you expect either way on this? I mean, how much do you think this will affect you guys going forward?
Every game is different. You can't carry one win to the next game. You can't carry a loss to the next game. So
Draymond,
we needed to win every game before. We still need to win every game.
Obviously, I could imagine it's frustrating to lose a game like this. You're a man of few words tonight. Was it the same in the locker room, or are you kind of having to talk to the guys about not showing up again with the lack of grit and sloppy on defense, in the words of head coach Steve Kerr?
No, I'm not doing that. We know what we're supposed to do. We're not children. We're adults. Champions. We know what it takes. Need to beat a dead horse. We messed around with the game. We lost. How it goes.
Yeah, there wasn't that much force on defense, and man, Wesley came in and mucked us up in that second quarter and couldn't stay in front of anybody. And yeah, I mean, all of those things are true. I think we had Quinten post tonight, we probably would have won. He helps with the gravity, with the warping the court a bit. Oh, there's Dean. Yeah, so didn't have Quinten and didn't bring the force on defense, and yeah, so they'll be better.
Well, maybe it would have been a little too easy that we won to earn our playoff spot. You know what I mean? Maybe this is exactly what we need. I can see that. I can see that for this team. And the other thing I would say is, I know at one point in the season I was saying maybe I consider JK and trade for Butler, but other than that, I've been, I think, very positive on him. It's time to show out. You know what I mean? Just.
Would you say Jimmy?
Do it, man. Huh?
Who are you saying?
Jonathan Kuminga?
Oh, JK. Yeah, I'm reading
a game from him, man. We need 2 games from him.
He's young. I always go back to that.
I know, but I don't.
Stop settling for threes. I've said it before. The last time we had to, player develop JK up to the point where he got injured, and he had the good games against Memphis and Cleveland. Those were good games. Even the Cleveland game we lost, he played well. And again, it's so simple to me. Cut hard, bro. Just cut to the basket hard. Don't ever stand there. Anytime you do it, either just cut hard to the hoop.
Keep the ball up your head when you're cutting, when you're driving too.
If you have the
bringing
ball,
it down too much.
Stop at the nail. Yeah. So he's turning the ball a lot over a lot. Maybe the key.
We don't need to ban him from shooting threes. I don't
get to the nail. I would ban him from shooting, not ban, but only shoot threes if you've earned that right to. And for you to earn that right, for me, if I were coach, I'd be like, just cut hard. In fact, you don't even need to shoot. And if you cut hard 3 times, then take a 3. But then, I don't know. It's hard. It's not as easy as, high school. Like, you can't,
no, it's not.
He's going to shoot a 3. He's going to shoot a 3. I mean, if it's open, it's open. And if he makes it, then he makes it. And then everybody's happy. And then that kind of goes against your coaching. So, oh, well, we're trying our best. Anthony Vereen is on him every single day. We got a coach dedicated to JK. So, let it go, guys. Just let him play. So it is what it is. If we're the 7th seed or the 8th, I'm still going to be here rooting for the team, and I still think we're going to win that game. So.
Yeah, and to be fair, BP and Moody, I just looked it up. They shot 6 of 22 from the field. I don't think we're going to get those performances from them mostly. Although Brandon Pajemski has been on a heater, starts talking to Chris Paul and goes 3 of 11.
Yeah, no, right?
Maybe don't talk to Chris Paul. That's
right.
A little 29-year-old advice. I know he's an NBA player, and I'm only watching, but that guy, I would not talk to him.
Yeah.
6 of 22 combined for both of them. They were each 3 of 11. Sando. Yeah. But I think we just need JK to just.
I hear what you're saying on BP, but you're talking about Brandon Pajemski, man. He's going to do what he does. So
I'm talking about Chris Paul.
I'm talking, but Podz, you're not going to just picture yourself, Dean, 1 sec, in the same room with Brandon Pajemski. He's not going to listen to you.
He's been on a heater.
That's what makes him good. is that he has that arrogant confidence, and he's going to get that arrogant confidence.
And for the most part, that's great.
And that's what's going to happen is now I'm picturing you're an assistant coach, you're on the bench, it's a free throw. He's going to go up to CP, and then he's going to look at you and smile. So, I mean, like, it's the same
and
thing.
He's going to shoot 3 for 11.
It's the same thing. Well, it's the same thing as you guys telling JK not to shoot. I mean, I prefer him not to, but next time he's open from 3, if he shoots
Chris
it.
Paul made a beeline to Brandon Pajemski. He knew exactly who he was going to talk to all night long. You know what I mean? And I love that Brandon talks. I'm half joking here. It's really not that big of a deal. But Chris Paul, he knew who he was going to talk to. He wasn't talking to Jimmy like that. Yeah.
I'm just saying some wishes are futile, and that one is futile.
Yeah,
and JK not settling for 3s, that is almost as futile as BP not talking to a guy like CP3. That's kind of like.
But the difference, I think, is that BP doing that's a little over competitive, which is always better. And JK not driving hard that's something where that grit, that a little bit was Jonathan Kuminga. He just didn't have any grit tonight,
If you were in a room with BP and you kept going on about that, I think it would seep through at some point. So I'll give you that.
Thank you.
And then maybe he thinks about it. But yeah, I a lot of times when people are analyzing or judging NBA players, I kind of just go back to the personality. So, and then that's why I just for this one I'm just going to go back to, hey, look, we're 22-7 overall with Jimmy, and if the standings started since Jimmy joined our team, we'd be a number 1, number 2, OKC, right? So we'd be number 3 seed in the West, right? At worst. So like we're kind of paying the price for not having Jimmy earlier on.
I think if you include the 12-3 start, we were on pace to win like 64, 65 games. I don't know with tonight's loss included.
I mean,
like
that's a different identity. Now, I did like that blueprint. I like this blueprint better because it's 22-7. I'll take that. 12-3. Who knows if that would have, if Melton's healthy.
Yeah.
But that one will never get to go to that universe. So, oh well. All I can say is we're 22-7 with Jimmy. It happens to be only good for 7th right now, or wherever we are, 8th, whatever we are today, right now.
Yeah.
Well, I accept that. But overall, we're still a damn good team. That's how I look at it.
Well,
let's look at the stats.
Are we? Steph seemed to say that we've got 2 games to prove we're a good team or not. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, playoffs are different than regular season, as they are different from last 10 games of the season. So, but we're going to just have to win out and hope for the 6th seed and then get in a playoff series. But even if we're 7th, it's not like the sky fell. We get a chance. Just can't lose 2 straight in the play-in at that point. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Whatever happens, happens. It's almost like Bruce was like, I'd rather be 7th. And at that point I was thinking, you know what? Whatever happens will be what's supposed to happen. Kind of like in life in general as well. I feel like there's a lot of lessons from being a Warriors fan that you can apply to life. Like just kind of, accept it. Life will be okay. It'll be fine. It'll turn out the way it's supposed to. And then a decade from now, you'll go, oh, wow, I'm actually glad that happened or whatever. So that might be a path, but who knows? So Bruce wants to be 7th.
I don't want to be in the play-in, and honestly, I would love to face Jokic or LeBron or something like that,
Yeah, sure.
Just because Well, I mean, those are legends already, Hall of Famers and all. Luka, obviously. But I don't know. It feels like this was a day where we either ride the momentum and just are feeling good with a win, ride the momentum into the playoffs. I mean, or we really have to fight and earn it.
Yeah, there is something poetic.
I like that.
That's why I'm kind of with you on the, kind of a good loss to kind of really kick you in the butt, really wake you up, and but then again, we're still 22 and 7.
It's not over. That's for sure.
I know it doesn't count on any standings, but we're 22 and 7 with Jimmy. Everything will be fine. That's the way I look at it. We'll figure it out. Kind of like what Draymond said.
I believe in the team, man. I believe in the team a lot. But to me, it's Jonathan Kuminga time. We need to see it.
That's nice.
We've seen it before. We know he can do it. But if not now, then when? So doesn't matter how many shots you make. Doesn't matter how many touches you get. It's all about being fearless for everybody. That's what Steph and Draymond both said, almost verbatim, other than the fearless part. Playing lackadaisical. Had we won, maybe we could again. Maybe we could have surfed our way into the playoffs and just rode the wave on in. But we're gonna have to swim now, and we're out in the middle of the ocean. Let's do it. Why not? I mean, we deserve it. We totally deserve it. Why not?
Okay.
You ready for the off season?
No. You don't know Berto. He's probably the most positive guy in the chat, other than you. It's just a misconstruing 200 characters. If worst case scenario, he's fine with dealing with the off season. So that's how it should be. Have a really forest for the trees look. We're going to be fine. I mean, we've got Jimmy Butler now. I mean, Harrison Barnes had to do a hero ball to win, and
what a shot.
We played that whole game like it was going to be handed to us. So, we're right there. We're right. This is part of the process. I mean, if you told me when we got Jimmy, what are you going to be after 29 games? You're going to be 22 and 7. I'd take it. I would have took, 20 and 10 or 20. I would have took, 19 and 10. So yeah, we're going to be fine because it takes a while to integrate. I said earlier, the Spurs have played way more than 29 games, so they've got
the one loss that is from Philly, which is the 7th loss. When Jimmy's played, we're 22 and 6, right? Right off the top of my head, that's a crazy Mavericks game, Rockets game, and this game where we lost by buzzer beating 3. Not that,
Yeah, there haven't been convincing, losses.
Yeah, we haven't been blown out. And there's no difference I understand there's no difference on the win-loss record between a blowout and this type of loss. But there is momentum-wise. Big Mo, What were the other 3? Do you even remember?
Well, yeah, Atlanta and Miami without Steph.
Oh, yeah. And there's one more, right?
Oh, yeah. I was kind of reading the comments.
What's this?
Anyone
remember?
So Philly.
Philly?
which
Oh,
we didn't-
Philly.
Philly,
No, that's without Butler.
Atlanta, Miami, and Denver, Houston.
Oh, Denver. That was not a good loss. They
You
didn't
said we
have.
lost to the Mavericks with him? I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember they called a charge when he was going up against Kyrie.
In Dallas, right. Gotcha. So there's your 7 losses.
Mhm.
All of those are winnable.
Yeah, the only bad one really was the Nuggets one, where I didn't kind of Philly, but it's all right. That was a Quinten Grimes 44-point game or something like that. So,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. So unfortunate, but
yeah, I love that we counted out all the losses with Jimmy, and it's not terrible.
yeah. Plus the Philly one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, are we on the road again? We are, huh? Friday.
Portland, right?
Yep, we're flying to Portland. Man.
Well, the Cholo
the travel for these guys.
Yeah, it's gonna have just us from Portland coming up right up in a few seconds here.
Yep.
Where are we at? 3 hours, 31 minutes, 10:36 p.m. Man, I would love to go get a Frappuccino right now, but I can't.
Rich, man, you ought to do a Bay Area Starbucks ad on this channel, man. You're like their best customer.
Seriously, huh?
You're the best advertisement.
What day is the day? Wednesday? Okay, so Friday, 7 o'clock. At Portland is the next live.
Well, there you go. That's what you're not dealing with here.
That was deleted quick. Good job, whoever did that. It's that me and Dean can see it on the StreamYard, which you delete it on YouTube, it doesn't roll back to StreamYard, which that would be amazing technology if they had that. But
prayers for a family room. Oh yeah, just everybody around. Yeah. Thank you, man. Thorfinn. Oh, got a crystal ball, huh? All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I believe in the team.
Oh, you don't need to ban the guy. It's all good. We're fine. We're fine. We got to give guys a chance. Maybe they're going through something. Okay, so
yeah,
you got to always leave that in doubt. I'm explaining that right now, Cholo, because everyone deserves a chance, and we'll give them multiple chances. But also, it reminds me of like my friend got another fight with her mom, and the mom's toxic and she doesn't understand what I'm going through, and like and it's funny because we talk about the one time that, because she's having issues with her health, and the one time we both got frustrated, and all of a sudden she just goes, "I'm trying," and in tears, and just, "I'm trying." And then she tells me about her mom, super toxic lady type deal, and this and that, and I haven't told my friend this yet because I'm saving it for the right moment. But what if your mom got off the phone and she was like you? She was like you. You were going to me, I'm trying my best, ball in your eyes. What if she hung up the phone? And that's what she felt for her. I'm trying my best, and it's like it's not working. Like, so it's like I'm trying to. So my friend gave her mom some good news, and then that spiraled into an argument, and then it blew up. Right? We've all been there. So, give each other another chance, right? So that's why I didn't ban them. It's kind of like that, kind of along those lines.
The measure you use will be used against you,
Good point. Wow, who said that?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Sister Agnes, we'll be proud of you. Let's pull up the Cholo file as I go, and I guess it doesn't really matter if I went and did the transcriptions of the interviews now or not, because we just lost. So, shucks, man.
No, we appreciate all your work, Rich. You were leaving behind an incredible library,
you know what we should do?
It's just an amazing resource. Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate it. Oh, and speaking of resource and library, Reggie Miller goes on Instagram and he posts this old Zoom interview with Riker on the call. And I go, man, I remember that interview. So I go into the YouTube Let's Go Warriors archives, and I found it. It was it was an old. If you just go search "Let's Go Warriors," Reggie Miller, Riker, his son.
It's his son. Yeah, cool. Very cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Because Steph recently passed Reggie. I think just the other night, right? And so
crazy.
So Reggie goes on Instagram and he posts that interview. It's crazy. And I'm like, wait a minute. I know I got that interview somewhere. And it was. So it's good to have that archive. And can you believe, Dean, you're not going to believe this, but at one point, I won't say which person, but somebody in Warriors PR didn't want me to post the entire interviews back then. And look at right now, Reggie Miller posted, and I make it available, the whole thing available to, if you just go search. Like, people can be so myopic sometimes. Even people that work for the Warriors. It's crazy what I've been through. But I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying that they get caught up sometimes and forget the bigger picture.
You have a lot more freedom than them, Rich. You do.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want, Warriors-wise.
Yeah.
That's pretty special, really.
Yeah. So it's good to
That's
have.
Why this channel's so great, man.
Archive.
And also,
what's going on here?
If you want to complain and whine and all that, why don't any of them leave a super chat? They can't give us $1. Oh, it's my right to whine. Okay, pay for it.
Here's oh, Steph's just dancing. Is this from Phoenix? Looks like Phoenix. Yeah. Okay. Well, I got some good little TikTok-y reels that I could post from Phoenix. Bruce has a question. All right, Bruce.
Yeah, what is it, man?
Does BP shoot too much? Ooh, all right, Dean, you take it away.
Since coming back from injury, I'd say no. No.
There was a stat by I think a radio station put it, and he has the most 3-pointers since March 18th or something like that in the league. Nutso.
Brandon has the most for wow. That's it's like almost a month, right? Or it's like almost 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Nice. We'll look up his game log here. See how many times he's.
What would you say, knowing that?
Oh, I didn't think he was shooting too much anyway. If he's making the most threes for 3 weeks, then yeah. Okay, so since January 23rd, it's been averaging 15.2
I would
points.
not describe his shots as awful. That is not an adjective I would use.
They shoot since then. He's been shooting 41% from 3 and 53% from 2. Yeah, could be a little better from the lines, around 78%. But
no, that's pretty good. Second year guy.
Yeah.
We also didn't have Quinten.
I do think some of his footwork in the mid-range and in the post could be really pretty useful for us in terms of just having an ability to get guys get defenders away from the 3-point line and also pull them out a little bit from the paint, So I definitely think we need him to have gravity there, and to have gravity there, he needs to not just make them, he needs to be a threat to make them on volume and shoot them on volume, So yeah, I've been happy for the most part with BP's shot selection, other than once in a while when the shot clock's running out, he will hold on to the ball a little bit too much. I can see that, but that's about the only complaint I have.
Yeah, overall, I'm not concerned with BP.
I'm not either.
Everyone's going to make mistakes. So, and if there's anything else, I forgot to mention the whole play-in situation. If you forgot, Thorfinn was asking about that. If we come in 7th, then we play the 8th, not seed. We play the 8th place team for the 7th seed. If we lose that, then we play the winner of 9 and 10 for the 8th seed.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, play-in's not all that bad. And actually, if you look at, I know everyone's scared of the play-in. I get it, because we've been knocked out twice. But remember, 2021, number one, our roster was freaking Michael Mulder, Damian Lee, and Juan Toscano-Anderson off the bench. Juan was a 5, okay, because Wiseman was hurt. So we have to go down to L.A. LeBron beats us on an amazing shot at the end.
Yeah.
So then we play Memphis.
3 with 50 seconds to go. Yeah.
Memphis, the week before, we shut down Ja. Ja was horrible from 3. Of course, that game he's going to make up for it. He's a great player. 5
or 6 threes. That went to overtime. We lost in overtime.
We lost at home in overtime, and wasn't it
was
pandemic?
Xavier Tillman corner 3, wasn't it?
And it was pandemic, so we didn't have the crowd. So
no, we had the crowd back a little bit by then. It was end of 21.
I'll give you that. 2021 to me, I mean, kind of semi-fluke. And then the one game lost. 72 games. Yeah. The one lost to Sacramento as what seed were we? 10th?
We were the 10th seed.
Had to go to Sac
last year.
And Steph had never faced Keon Ellis. It gets totally manhandled by Keon Ellis that game. 7 turnovers. So we have trauma.
Clay 0 for 10. Yeah. CP3 didn't do.
Play 0 for 10. I know, yeah.
Shot, yeah.
We have trauma from playing, but I don't think it's really that bad if you're 7th seed and you're actually a good team, and you're 22-7 with this identity and you're 7th. I don't think it's terrible.
I just want to face a more difficult team in the playoffs, which I think is the Nuggets for all their problems. I don't want an easier matchup, which we're supposed to win, and
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you fear those. Yeah,
I do.
Take them lightly.
When we're underdogs,
even in the 7-game series, though.
Huh?
Even in the 7-game series, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Off on you, by the way, Cello.
What? I think we beat anyone in the 7-game series. Yeah,
Spence
think so
after
too.
each game.
And isn't that the other cool thing? So like once we get in a 7-game series, it's going to be totally different. And again, it's like, oh, all the great feelings coming back about us being in a 7-game series. And it's like,
the playoff lights, there's just something different, man. We really should just remember how awesome the playoffs are.
Yeah.
The broadcast, the noise in the arena, the level of the players, of course, the adjustments.
That's what really
nervousness. It's so good. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, so much fun.
And it's just, wouldn't you say it's even different than a play-in game? Like everyone said, oh, that game against Sacramento leading up to, it's basically a game 7, possibly, game 8 since,
it's really more of an NCAA feeling, I think.
But it's totally different. I still think like the fact that you're going to see this team for at least 3 more times after this tip-off, there's just that different feeling, the different buzz.
Also,
you're going
to home to road at least.
You'll be here for 2 games. You're going to have a practice in between, and then you're going to go back
to
home.
backs.
Like just that whole dynamic, and you're right. The buzz in the arena is just like, it's just that, that familiar feel that we miss. It's been so long since we had that.
The playoffs are awesome.
Actually, it hasn't been that long, but
no, I mean,
other franchises.
For Dub Nation, it's not bad compared to what some of you guys had to go through back in the day. But it's been way too long for Steph Curry. That's for sure. Oh, man. 22 after that terrible knockout loss, and after all the stuff we went through in the regular season, Clay coming back, Dray going out, Dray coming back, Steph going out. That first game against Denver, it was, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just, and I don't even care who it's against, honestly. It's a 7-game series, playoffs, the way you feel when you're like, this is the postseason. We need to win 7 games. We have Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and then you add Jimmy Butler on top of that, which we had never seen. Unlike 22, that was really the trio. Steph, Dray, and Clay reintroducing themselves to the league, who hadn't played them in a while. This is going to be a brand new feeling if we can just win the next 2 to 4 games. If we can just win, 3. We only need to win 3 games, I think. But if we can just win the next 2 or 3 games, hopefully it's only 2. That reward is going to be like, it's going to be brand new, even for the Warriors. The Jimmy factor and everything, and I really don't want to stop watching this team. I don't want to wait till next year. I don't know. I'm just as Draymond said, optimism is good. It helps, but you can't rely, hope is not a strategy, right? Hope is not a strategy, but we also know what, we know who this team is. We do. We know who the players on this team are. I think we'll be all right.
Oh, definitely. All right, then. Let's pull up the Cholo file.
10 Baylor.
Is Cholo on right now?
He's real low.
Portland, right there.
Today he came back. He came here today talking about how he got a new blicky.
For the uninformed, what's a blicky?
How you don't know about no blicky, man? You had a blicky? You told me you had a blicky growing up. Yeah. You was a shooter.
Medium blicky.
Yeah, that's a blicky.
Show me the blicky.
And Brate. All right. So we'll see you in 48 minus 44 hours. Take care, everybody. Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Reg.